Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Away we go on a Friday. Great day to be alive. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. The bye week blues continue. No Packers, no Badgers this weekend. No Benny Brust, no Brad Nortman today. I'm Alex Strofe sliding over from the producer chair to the host chair alongside my friend Kyle Wallace. What's up, Kyle?
It's Friday. Did we get paid? No, we did not get paid.
We don't get paid on Fridays. We get paid on the 15th and the 30th.
A week from today.
Oh, fantastic.
Uh-oh. Bank account running a little thin?
No, come on now, man. I'm a good, come on. Me and Brad, we don't buy a lot of things, so if our bank account got low, I would stress out. Like, credit card debt stresses me out.
Define low. How many digits is like in your checking account would be low?
I think everybody should have a, you probably want to have at least $5,000 saved away at the bare minimum. I mean, you got to work there, right? But because emergencies, like if your car breaks down, car breakdown, you could be spending $1,200, right? Like you want to be able to have some type. And then when you have kids, you have different things. So I mean, obviously that's not it, but that's the goal. I think that everybody should work towards.
All right, so we are about 90 seconds into the show, and I've realized I am painfully broke.
Oh no, you're getting there. Like most people don't. I mean, that's what I said. Be comfortable, but just as long as you got like $1,000 in there, you should be good. You should have at least $1,000 in there at least. 5,000, you could be kind of comfortable. It depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah, my lifestyle is.
You spent that at Summerfest. Shout out to Summerfest. But you spent at Summerfest on the great beverages that they have there.
Yeah, beverages, food, sweatshirts, ponchos, all the in-betweens, funnel cakes.
So yeah, your safety net, your plush fund or whatever they call it, your safety fund, you spent it.
Yeah.
You could have it, but you spent it.
That's actually a really good point.
You're like Jordan Love, poor decision making.
I like that you that's not a bad comparison. I like that you reflected on my summer that was 5 months ago at this point, and you're like, "Yep, there goes Strofe's savings account."
Could have had it.
Yeah, I still haven't decided if I'm running back all 9 days of Summerfest next year.
I don't.
I think I'm going to wind down. So I think I'm going to do 8 days next year, 7 the following year, and wind myself back to like 4 days.
You're a year older, man, and I'm telling you, you're getting closer and closer to the point where your body reacts different to the consumption of food and drinks and different things like that. Where you start to slow down, man. Like I literally drink. Like liquid IV now, not because I've been, drinking or I'm tired, but because I want to make sure I'm hydrated. I just want to make sure, brother, when you wake up in the morning, I feel good. So I'm just trying to find things to set my body up to be great. And I'm telling you this right now, Strofe, you're going to start breaking down, man. You're not invincible.
I feel invincible, though. Here on a day after I went to the Bucs game last night, got a little rowdy, and they got a W. I'm 1-0 at Bucs games this season. I have a question for you, though. So, you're a season ticket holder. You go to a lot of events.
Yes, sir.
Do people not talk during events? So, I'm sitting at the Bucs game yesterday. I went with my best friend, and I hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks. So, we're catching up. We're talking politics. We're talking sports. We're talking life, right? We're just talking. And we realized about midway through the second quarter, nobody around us had said a word. So, were they eavesdropping? He kind of whispered to me. He goes, "We're not that interesting. Like, I don't think everybody's eavesdropping. Why is nobody talking?" Right? And then, so I start paying attention to about midway through the second quarter. Halftime goes by, third quarter goes by. We've got a couple minutes left. We're about to leave because the Bucs are winning big. We look at each other. We go, the dude directly to my right didn't say a word the entire game. The family directly to his left didn't talk to each other the entire game. The people behind us, we never heard any of them say a word outside of when they were cheering for a T-shirt. Nobody was talking around us, and we spent a lot of the game chitting, which could have been annoying, and I get that. But do people not speak at social events, or I guess more entertainment events?
I think a lot of people just go there to watch the game and cheer. We live in a society now where people have something called a cell phone, right? Like all you sheep who have your iPhones who think you're better than everybody else, you all are just consumed with your phone.
Real quick timeout. Sheep?
Yeah, sheep, yes.
Okay.
You're a sheep. You have an iPhone because other people have iPhones. Just like in other countries, a lot of people have Androids because other people have Androids. You're a sheep.
Okay, so you're just lashing out because you have FOMO because you have an Android.
No, I can get an Android. I mean, I can get an iPhone if I want it. I don't want to be a sheep. Y'all, literally, you have an iPhone just because other people have it. Other people told you it's so cool, it's so dope. It does all these great things that other phones do, but you just choose to be a sheep and be like everybody else. See, me, I don't do that. I'm Kyle Wallace. I do my own thing.
No, you just want to be different just to be different.
I don't want to be different just to be. So I want to be the same?
No, you're trying to be different just to be different. And difficult, might I add, because we brought it up earlier in the week. You called me. So your main job here at Good Karma Brands, you are the director of content of the award-winning 101.7 The Truth, which, of course, is Milwaukee's Black Talk station, our sister station, 101.7 The Truth. You guys did a lot of election coverage Tuesday night.
We did quite a bit, yeah.
I get a phone call from Kyle Wallace at 8 o'clock saying he's having an issue. And I said, you don't have an iPhone. If you could FaceTime me, we can fix this issue.
You could have sent me a link.
I don't know what that means.
You can send a link. You copy a link and you send it. If you go inside your FaceTime, you can say copy a link and send it. But the problem is that y'all too damn snooty and y'all like the sneeches. Y'all sneeches from Dr. Seuss. I'm not sure if you guys read Dr. Seuss. I know y'all babies. I don't know if you know what Dr. Seuss is.
Dr. Seuss. I know
Dr.
Seuss. Would you relax? You're really lashing out today.
No, because you think you're too good, right? Like you have the ability to try to FaceTime somebody who does not have an iPhone, but instead of learning about that, you're like, I don't even know how to do it. Like you don't care.
So long story short, I walked over to the office. 8:15 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
You ain't missed none.
No, I didn't. You're right. I was watching election coverage, as one does on election day.
You'll find out the results.
I did. I ultimately did find out the results, yes. And anyway, I walked over here. All I had to do was type 2 letters into the keyboard, and we problem solved. We could have done that over FaceTime.
Or you could have told me what to do when I called you.
I did tell you what.
You did not tell me to put that in there.
Let's get back to this.
Yeah,
so,
the game and nobody cheering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we got derailed by Androids and iPhones.
Because I was talking about people actually looking at their phones while they're at games, and that's the thing that I don't understand is that people do go to sporting events and they don't talk like that. Like even when I go to sporting events, I usually go with my brother, and we really don't have conversations. Like once in a while we may talk, but most of the times you're either on your phone or you're watching the game. I have an even bigger beef with the fact that fans nowadays, we suck. We aren't as excited as we used to be, right? I think it's because we have so many options. I just went to Chris's favorite place, the Big House. I went to the Big House, and I'm thinking this place is going to be loud and, obnoxious. And they had their moments, but it was just kind of meh. Just like Ken Randall, kind of meh at times. Even going to Packer games. You were just at a Packer game
they
on
tell
Sunday.
you to sit down? Those fans are the worst. Like, sit down.
Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was in the family section. So
there you go.
They did not tell me. It said we were already sitting. The game was okay. It wasn't great. But I feel like fans nowadays just are weird about when they go to games. They're not cheering. They're probably on their phones. And I think that's the new normal. And I don't like it, Strouf.
I see it at restaurants, too, all the time. My girlfriend and I will go out to dinner.
Sure.
And we'll actually, peruse, look around the restaurant to see what people are doing. Like, you see couples sitting there not talking to each other. Both of them are on their phones. Or people on a date or something like that. They're not even conversing. They're just sitting there on their phones. One person on their phone, the other person's on their phone.
iPhones and Androids killed not the radio star, not the video star, but society.
Yeah, so this is actually a statement of society I think we've accidentally stumbled into here on Kyle Brust and Nortman, Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace, Chris Larson hanging out with you until 5 o'clock tonight on your Friday. So Nick chimes in on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel, and I guess that's where I wanted to go. Are people supposed to be talking at sporting events during the game? I don't know if I was breaking an unwritten rule, but I guess you guys are right? You go to a restaurant. I purposely put my phone aside when I go out to eat. Like if I bring the girlfriend out or whatever, my phone's going away because it's just me and you. Eye contact, chit-chatting, catching up, all that good stuff. But I felt uncomfortable because I was talking and nobody else was talking last night.
It is odd when everybody else can hear conversations. And again, and that's the one thing about when you do go to these sporting events, people really don't talk to each other. They just kind of sit there. They really do sit there because I know I can hear side conversations or people behind me saying the things that they say. And I know dang well the things my family says. I bet, shh, can't say that about somebody's kid. They right there. And so people definitely don't really talk at sporting events anymore. And I don't think people really enjoy going to sporting events like they used to as well. You don't really maximize the experience. You go because it's something to do, but overall, maximizing the experience, like you.
Has it changed for you as a season ticket holder? Do you enjoy going less than you used to?
I be so tired. I'm exhausted
You're
from the
getting
day.
old.
Yeah,
Just like you said at the beginning of the show, your body changes.
No, I'll be tired. So when I sit there, like I'm sitting there, sometimes I'm relaxing, right? And it takes for a lot of buckets in a row for me to actually get up and be like, all right, now we doing good. But yeah, I really feel like us fans take this for granted. And fans suck now, man. You spend all this money to go to these sporting events, but now you're just sitting on your phone. You're not even talking to those who you went to the game with.
So when I had that realization last night that nobody was talking around me, I thought about you.
Me?
I thought about when you went to Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
And you got in that little dust up with the older women who were sitting near you.
I don't know how old they were, but they was definitely some women.
What happened again? You mind reiterating that story for anybody that may have missed it?
So about almost a year ago, probably a little over a year ago, I went to go see the great Dave Chappelle in concert at Pfizer Forum. And maybe the cell phone could have saved us. But when you go to these concerts, they make you put your cell phone into a Ziploc bag. So it's locked inside a Ziploc bag. You have no access to your phone for however long you are at this concert. And so, or for the show. And so for us, me and my brother went to the show. Good seats, pretty good seats. We were lower level. And there was a group of women behind us who were constantly talking and talking and talking. I mean, they were talking nonstop. And so, before when you go to a comedy show, you don't get the main act right away. You get some acts that lead up to it. So the first act came, they're talking. I missed some of the punchlines. I'm like, you give them that look. They don't mind. They act like I'm nobody. They don't even pay attention. Then the second act comes. And then Donnell Rawlins, who's the act before Dave Chappelle comes on, and they are still doing this talking. So I'm thinking in my head at this time, Strofe, I'm like, all right, now, I don't let y'all talk for the last hour, but once Dave Chappelle comes on, the main act, the reason why I spent all my money to come here to Pfizer Forum to this show, I'm going to need y'all to be quiet. Strofe, they decided they weren't going to be quiet. And it got to the point where I'm like, okay, I can't really hear Dave. I hear y'all kiki and he-heing and talking about this and talking about that. We all paid money to be here. I know too much about their personal life. They're from the Madison area. They really didn't care too much to be there.
A year later, he remembers.
No, for real though. And so then finally,
traumatic experience.
No, it was traumatic. So I'm looking back. When you go to a place and when you want to be a snitch but you don't want to snitch. So I'm looking back at the ushers to try to see if they can see what's going on here. Like, come on now, somebody say something. So finally, I was the person in the crowd that finally decided to say something to these women, and I turned around and I said, "Are y'all gonna talk like this the whole time?" And a normal individual, a normal person would say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize for talking during the show, the Dave Chappelle show." They said, "Maybe we may talk like this the whole time. If y'all don't want to hear us, maybe y'all can move to those seats over there." And then my brother proceeded to turn around and say, "No, y'all need to move. We pay for our seats." And
douche.
So then after that, Strofe, the story goes, is every time I would laugh, they say, "Oh, you gonna laugh like that the whole time? Oh, you gonna clap like that? Because when you laugh, you gonna clap like that the whole time? Or you gonna lean back like that the whole time?" I said, oh my gosh. I had to ignore them. I got bullied. And that's actually why maybe we need our phones, because these people were talking, they were annoying me that day.
I don't think you would have gotten bullied had you had an iPhone.
Nah, I didn't have.
That would have saved you.
No, I didn't have access to a phone. I don't know why you're bringing up these old scars.
800-990-3776 your way into KBN. Plenty of reaction rolling in on specifically the iPhone portion of our conversation.
Yeah, because you iPhone folks are crazy. If you take anything, y'all the biggest cartel in the world. The biggest cartel in the world, the biggest gang in the world. That's what y'all is, the iPhone gang.
Adam chimes in. I have an iPhone because of the security ratings, ease of operating system, and connectivity. Don't be salty because you have a subpar phone, Kyle, and don't call people sheep.
No, you guys are sheep. You have it. Android has all the same things. It really does. Google has great technology for their phones. Samsung has great technology for your phones. Matter of fact, iPhone used to use Samsung manufacturer to make their screens. Huh.
Jacob chimes in. My entire family has iPhones. I'm the only one with an Android, and I will never get one. I agree with Kyle.
That's what's up. I like that guy.
You and Jacob are the dumbest cartel in America.
No, Jacob's a good people. I know he's a good person. Unlike y'all. See, we just don't follow. I was raised not to be a follower. I was raised to be a leader. That's what Mama Wallace told me.
Packers-Bears Week 11 is a what, according to Kyle Wallace? We dive into it next. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think,
and he very clearly said
no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Well, seemingly for the Pack, when it rains, it pours, and rain it did on Sunday. Jordan Love, another tough outing as he continues to fight through that groin injury. 23 of 39 for 273 yards and yet another interception. This time it was a pick six to end the first half in their 24-14 loss. Head coach Matt LaFleur.
We know that we've got to take care of the football, but I don't question anything about what he's trying to do. We just got to do it better.
A silver lining, the Packers did rush for 138 yards in the loss.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. It's quarterfinal time for Catholic Memorial.
Looking for an opening, and here's
Boy,
into the end zone. Catholic Memorial takes a 34-33 lead.
On Friday night, the top 2 seeds battle it out as the number 1 Crusaders host number 2 Mount Horeb Barnevald. Crusaders football is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, R&R Insurance, Home Sealed Exteriors, and D&M Accounting and Consulting Service. Tune into the action Friday night starting at 6:30, exclusively streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Football fans, get ready to elevate your game day experience. Milwaukee Broadhouse downtown has the ultimate package for stress-free fun this football season. With rides starting at $85 per person, hop on their round-trip buses from Milwaukee Broadhouse downtown for every green and gold home game. Enjoy all you can drink on the ride and a private restroom. Want even more? Upgrade your ticket and add on an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate package for an additional $30. Spots are filling up fast. Book today at MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com. Milwaukee Broadhouse, located on MLK Drive downtown.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
But then you gotta put your back into it. You gotta put your back into it.
Kyle Wallace just loves to complain. Spent that entire commercial break complaining about how his phone battery is going to die, about how we have too much fun at work. Mr. No Fun, Mr. Work Grinch. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe with you on Kyle Brust.
What is this poll? What is this poll?
What poll?
Is it weird that Kyle doesn't have an iPhone? What is this?
I didn't post it.
So why wasn't this flipped around? That's what I'm talking about. This is discrimination at its finest, people. We're past that.
It's not discrimination.
Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. When the question says, is it weird? I'm weird. I'm being antagonized. I'm being ostracized. I'm being singled out.
Carter chimes in, says, a phone is a phone is a phone.
Thank you.
I tend to agree with that.
I mean, I can't do a flip, though.
I can do a flip phone, I think. I think we should go back to flip phones.
I don't. I like how I have flip phones. Is too much. My hands. I like having a bigger phone, bigger surface.
I kind of miss the clicking the button multiple times to get to the letter texting. I got really good at it.
T9,
at one point.
is that T9 or no? Or is that just? Oh, that was just regular texting.
That was just normal texting. Yeah,
I don't miss that. I remember when we first had the little slide keyboard. You could slide it up. Ooh, I thought I was doing something.
Ooh, yeah, the spider or whatever that was called.
Can't recall.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin with you until 4 o'clock.
Did you
ESPN
say
Madison.
slider or
ESPN.
sidekick?
Sidekick. That's what I meant.
Yeah. All right, youngin.
I said spider.
Yeah, I got you, youngin.
Sidekick.
I got you.
Right.
I got you, T-Bubble.
With you until 4 o'clock, ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPN Madison with you until 5 on ESPN Milwaukee. Closing out the week on a high note despite living through the bye week blues. No Packers, no Badgers this weekend, but you can watch a whole lot of other action. Big college basketball game tonight, big college basketball weekend, big college football weekend, plenty of NFL on the slate all day beginning at 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. So Kyle and I are sitting around. We're looking ahead. We're looking at the standings. Packers 6-3, technically the 7 seed as it stands right now in the NFC. The Bears right behind them, actually, as the 8 seed in the NFC. They play the New England Patriots on Sunday, which, Kyle, I think we would agree.
No, we don't. We don't. We've already gone through this. You're going to say, I think we would agree that's probably going to be a victory.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
No, there's not. It's the Chicago Bears. There's no guarantees for that.
That's true. They have lost. They have lost a couple in a row.
And the Patriots competed. I mean, the Titans aren't good, but the Patriots competed, came back in that game, and then lost it. But still,
yeah. Battle of Caleb Williams and Drake May. Super, super sexy. I bet you can hear the sarcasm dripping from my voice on that one. We go to Kyle Wallace as he looks ahead to next week as the Packers head to Chicago to take on the Bears in week number 11. It's a what game?
Yeah, I feel like this one is a must-win game for the Green Bay Packers. And listen. I want the Green Bay Packers. I want the boys. They've worked hard this year. I need them to enjoy their time away. I hope you are enjoying your bye week wherever you are. I hope right now you are getting your mind. You are getting your body. You are getting your soul. You are getting your spirits absolutely right and cleansed as you prepare for the second half of this NFL season. Now, when I look at this game stuff, yes, this game against the Bears is not just a must-win game. All right, it's not just a must-win game. It's a must-dismantle game. It is a must-destroy game. It is a must-break them down game. This is a chance for the Green Bay Packers to dominate in every single facet of the football game. So whether it's in the trenches, whether it's locking up the receivers, whether it's getting after the quarterback, whether it is linebackers flying around, the Green Bay Packers on special teams, everywhere, offense, defense, special teams, the Green Bay Packers must dominate this football game against the Chicago Bears coming out of the bye week, because this is an opportunity for the Green Bay Packers to set the tone for the remainder of the season. Who are you going to be for the remainder of the season? What confidence can you build for the remainder of the season? What type of swagger can you get from this game for the remainder of the season? If the Green Bay Packers want to set the tone to be an elite team, it starts next Sunday against the Chicago Bears. So I know I'm going to be gone early next week, but I'm letting it known right now. The Green Bay Packers must be locked in and focused and be prepared to beat the crap out of Chicago Bears next Sunday. They have to, because if they win that game and they dominate that game, they have a whole new swagger about themselves and belief in themselves and saying, yep, we're taking steps in the right direction. Jordan Love is getting healthy. We got the run game going. Jair Alexander is back. We're locking teams down. Like, the Packers have an opportunity to absolutely set the tone for what the second half of the season is going to be, and it starts in 2 weeks on Sunday.
If the Packers win big at Chicago, they'll get a new swagger to them, according to none other than Mr. Swagger himself, Kyle Wallace. We will throw it on the poll on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Is next week's game against the Bears a must-win for the Packers? Yes or no? We will throw that in the field on Twitter at KBN ESPN. If you want to get in on the conversation, 800-990-3776. It doesn't sound like Kyle has worries. He's not worried about winning that game. He's worried about how the Packers look when they win that game. It's not about winning. It's about looking good. It's about looking dominant. It's about looking like the playoff team and the championship team.
Absolutely.
Packers fans have come to expect here in 2024. We haven't seen a ton of it yet, if we're being real frank. Through 9 games at 6-3, you haven't seen a ton of the championship-looking Packers that you would have probably hoped to see at this point. Kyle, you view Week 11 as the first opportunity to get right back on track as they come out of the bye week.
Absolutely, man. It's indisputable the fact that they can set the tone for this game, for this season, right? And that's why I think the Green Bay Packers really need to be focused up to have the opportunity to do this. You have to seize this opportunity. If you go into Chicago, a team right now that you just said is only a game behind you, and I don't believe in the Chicago Bears. Do I think they may have a future? Maybe. I feel like they have to get some other things taken care of in order for them to really let Caleb Williams flourish down there in the offense that they have and build an organization around them. But this is an opportunity for a team that is not a bad football team for you to absolutely spank them. You have to build your confidence because right now the Green Bay Packers have been very, very inconsistent on offense. They have been extremely out of sync and out of rhythm on offense. And coming out of a bye week, the full expectation is that you are well rested, you are getting healthier, you are well prepared in order to execute in every single level of the football game. And so that's why my expectations for next Sunday against the Chicago Bears are that the Green Bay Packers come out and they come out hot and they set the absolute tone for what the remainder of the season is going to be. Because the rest of their schedule, it ain't a cakewalk. It ain't easy. I mean, the Miami Dolphins, they're only 2-6, but they still have some weapons on their football team, right? I understand that the 49ers have had their ups and downs this year, but they're starting to get healthy as they're getting Christian McCaffrey back coming up this week. So it is important that the Green Bay Packers take this game to set the tone, and then they must win, but they not only must win, they must dominate. If you do not dominate this football game, you have a back-and-forth football game. You win 24-21, a slugfest, or whatever you want to call it, kind of the way you won it down in Jacksonville. You don't come out of that game feeling more confident that you are the team that you believe you are. You come out saying, man, why haven't we found our footing yet? Why haven't we found our rhythm yet? Why aren't we putting these teams away? This is a big confidence builder coming up on two Sundays from now.
Amongst all those reasons, Kyle, which I agree with most of, there is also the gross fact, the grotesque fact, the disgusting fact that for the first time since 2005, the Green Bay Packers started off 0-2 in division play. They haven't done that in 20 years, 19 years to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a must-win in terms of, hey, you got to get on the winning side of things in your division because you're already 0-2. You only play 6 divisional games a year. If you start 0-3, season's over. Call it a wrap. Pack it up, go home.
I mean, the Packers started 1-2 last year. I mean, they did. They won the first game against the Bears and lost the next 2 against the Vikings and the Lions. I told y'all, I'm not concerned about that. I don't care about any of that, right? I don't concern myself with that, with the division. If you lose this game, more than likely you're not going to win the NFC North. That's unfortunate, and that is the opportunity to probably get the 1 seed. But the most important thing to me, again, we talked about it yesterday or a couple of days ago, the most important thing is how are the Packers playing going into the playoffs? So I'm not really concerned about that. I don't think the Packers lose against the Bears. There's no way the Green Bay Packers lose against the Bears. They lose against the Bears, we have bigger issues to discuss than talking about the playoffs.
Matt LaFleur, 10-0 in his career against the Chicago Bears as the head coach of the Packers.
Whew.
Could make it 11-0 next week. When it comes to a must-win game, I just know that's such a strong sentiment, right?
Do you believe it?
If you don't win, that means the season's over. Yeah, I do believe it. If they lose the Bears, pack it up, go home.
And it's not, and it's, I mean.
And they're only 6-4. They'd still be 2 games above 500. But through 10 games, if you're 6-4 with losses to the Eagles, Vikings, Lions, and Bears, that's embarrassing. Go home.
And back-to-back weeks, right? Losing 2 games in a row to who it would be, that would be the struggle. Because obviously the Packers can get hot and eventually make the playoffs like they did last year. But it really will allow you to start questioning who you really are. Right? You lose to the Chicago Bears, you start questioning a lot of stuff, especially when you have guys like Preston Smith, who just got traded, who never lost to Chicago Bears as a Green Bay Packer, right? So a lot of these guys have this cockiness, this confidence when it comes to certain teams. Heck, you go into Chicago last year, and after you beat the Bears, Aaron Rodgers, your former quarterback, talks about how I'm glad that Jordan Love basically took the deed and continued the ownership of the Chicago Bears, right? And so that is something that mentally the Green Bay Packers, I do not believe, will be able to overcome like they did last year. That'll be tough. That'll be a tough obstacle.
Yeah, well, I guess, why is it so important for them to dominate? What if they win 28-24?
You have to set the tone. You absolutely, at some point, if you win 28-24, it probably wasn't a good-looking football game. It means that your defense probably failed you at some point, right? That's the problem, that the Green Bay Packers need to play a full, complete game against a team that's over 500. Now, the game against the Houston Texans, good. I like that, right? I like what we were able to do. It wasn't perfect, but we were able to get it done, right? And so it's time for the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, clap, 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 clap. The Green Bay Packers must dominate in this football game because you have to. Thank you, Chris. At some point, you have to put together a full football game, and this is the perfect time to do it. You have to find some momentum and some confidence in yourself, and this is the perfect time to do it. Coming out of a bye, going against a team that is actual rival of yours, the Chicago Bears, and at a moment where you believe that we're going to take this time. They're trying to fix stuff right now, Stro. Like, where coaches don't take bye weeks. Coaches are in the lab trying to figure out how can we get better? How can we go to the practice field next week and make sure we tweak this thing so Rasheed Walker maybe has a little better balance or has a little better technique so he doesn't get beat off the edge? How can we fix Jordan Love so maybe, he stops making these poor decisions? What can we do to get these guys better coming back next week? That's why it is so important that the Green Bay Packers come out and absolutely dominate this game. It is all about building the confidence that they need to be successful for this season. If you have a close game against the Chicago Bears and you're talking about even if it's 17-14, you're coming out saying, well, the offense really couldn't get it going. If you win 28-24, well, the defense allowed way too many points for Caleb Williams. You got to come out and you got to beat the hell out of them. It's got to be a 31-14, 31-10 type game so you come out with an extra swagger and feeling yourself after this
Extra
game.
swagger from Mr. Swagger. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe hanging out with you on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. You kept referencing something that I want to get into next, which is you got to set the tone. The Packers haven't really put it all together quite yet. We're through 9 games. You're over halfway through the regular season, but this is a natural point at the bye week and about halfway through the regular season. How concerned are we as Packers fans that they haven't really put it all together yet? We will dive into that coming up next. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Caleb Williams sucks.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
At IKEA, they love their customers. And from November 8th through the 11th, celebrate IKEA's Fall Customer Appreciation Days with exclusive deals, discounts, and giveaways. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Ben Brust. IKEA family members save 15% on in-store purchases of $150 or more and enjoy bonus discounts on select products. Plus, be one of the first 200 IKEA family members at IKEA Oak Creek this Saturday to receive a mystery gift card worth up to $500. Don't miss out on IKEA's Fall Customer Appreciation Days, happening this weekend at IKEA Oak Creek.
It's a Marquette game day in Milwaukee.
Around a couple screens, and they better get it in. Now they get it to Cam Jones in the corner. His three is good! Oh, man!
Tonight, the Golden Eagles battle George Mason at Fiserv Forum. Our coverage starts with Gabe Neitzel and the Marquette Sports Network pregame show at 7:30. Tip-off happens at 8 p.m. with Homer and Marquette Hall of Famer Tony Smith. 94.5 ESPN is your official home for Marquette basketball. We are Marquette.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack with a question for those of you betting on sports. Did you miss our great week last week? 5-1 on Sunday. Actually, if you played the soccer and the players props, a 14-4 Sunday got everybody into profit after an 11-4 week in football. Go to FatJackSports.com. If you're betting the games, you can win for less than $100 a week. College basketball's now started, and we are having a huge November. Get signed up today. The plays go to your personal portal and are emailed to you, and they'll make you money. FatJackSports.com to win.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. It's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee, and with holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
It's time to start thinking about the holiday season, and the Corners of Brookfield has you covered to check off everyone on your list. Head to the Corners for all of your gifting needs and find something for everyone at any of their 30-plus restaurants and retailers. Immerse yourself in the joyful experience of shopping this holiday season, because the perfect gift is right around the Corners. Create a great, well-rounded gift for anyone and get a Corners gift card. Make your shopping list this holiday season, and don't forget to check it twice. Visit the Corners of Brookfield.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you on a Friday. Alex Grove, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you, bringing you into the weekend. Kyle dancing like the wacky inflatable tube man
What do you call
that I
this
am
type of
often
music?
compared to. This is called EDM.
Oh, I feel like I just took some drugs.
No, don't say that. You shouldn't say that in the radio. That's illegal.
Well, I didn't. I'm high off life, people.
You just said it feels like it. Woo! They're asking you on a Friday, is the Packers Week 11 game against the Chicago Bears a must-win game? We'll roll some phone calls. Want to hear from you. 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. We will go to Muckwonago. Dirty Diana.
Hey,
Diana
Dirty
in Muckwonago. You're up on KBN.
Yes, it is a must-win. I don't care if it's by 1 point. It is a must-win. And also, Strofe, I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, what's up? Go ahead, Diana.
Did you not, or did you hang up on me the other day for having a potty mouth when I just heard Kyle say the C word?
The C word?
What C word did I say?
Yeah.
Cocky?
I don't care if they beat the C word.
Crap?
C-R-A-P.
Crap?
It's about the same thing as what I said.
No, it is not. It's not even close to the same thing as you said, Diana. Now, we are not going to relive what Diana said because I would literally get fined by the FCC if I repeated what you said.
No.
But all Kyle said was crap, 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 crap.
No, now listen, Dirty D. I love you. I love you, Dirty D. But as a young man, I did not swear. But I knew words I could say to replace what you said. You said sugar, honey, iced tea. Crap is not the same as that. You say crap as like a replacement word, right? That's what that is.
She's got a bone to pick with me.
Because you,
the hell did I do?
You hung up.
I did my job.
Because you hung up on her when she said a bad word, but you just allowed me to say the word crap on air.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's stick with the phone calls. Is next week's game for the Packers a must-win against the Chicago Bears? We go to our guy Beads in Milwaukee. Beads, you're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, shame on you, Strophy.
Yeah, shame on me. Absolutely.
Must win? Yeah. NFC record just alone. Plus, it's the Bears. I mean, come on. We should do exactly what Kyle said. I'd like Kyle to change his verbiage to we will. I'm thinking it's going to be close to Arizona, but actually showing the dominance that should be shown. That's just my thought. I'm also looking at already ahead with the must win. If we can't, and I'm not saying we don't, but if we don't get to NFC North, aka 1 seed in the NFC this year, looking at schedules, looking at the teams in play, I hope we get the number 1 wild card and get to go to Arizona again.
Yeah,
is Arizona winning
they're,
the NFC
they're technically in the lead
right
of the
now?
NFC West. They're not going to win. They're not going to win that division. San Francisco's going to win that division. And they could be the 4th seed. So you might change your mind on that as we get closer to the postseason. But obviously, we're only midway through the year. San Francisco's beat up. They'll come back to life. I'm not too worried about a Kyle Shanahan-led football team who has proven time and time again how damn good they really are. Excuse me, should I not say damn good? How darn good they really are. That's for Dirty Diana.
That's the same thing. According to my girl, Dirty D.
I like that she spelled out crap. C-R-A-P.
I didn't know what I said. I was trying to think. There's a lot of C words. A lot of C words.
I was like, I don't remember saying. I don't remember hearing you see that one.
Something?
Yeah, no, shoot. I was like, man, after yesterday, I can't say nothing bad.
I like these inside jokes that only I understand. They're so funny.
Oh, people heard.
I try to hit them long. It's about the long dig the long ball, Jason. They don't care about.
I beg your pardon. We should refrain from playing that.
Oh, good Lord.
We should refrain from playing that. Oh, bleep it out. That was an accident, but
chicks dig the long ball.
They do dig the long ball. But what? Do we have any more callers trophy?
You totally fell out of your chair.
I was expecting to hear a boop.
No beep there.
I dumped myself just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, good idea.
You know, so my girl, when I came home, she really didn't listen much to the show, but she asked me, what were you saying? I was like, it was an accident, baby. You know me.
We actually have to talk about your girl.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do it a little bit later, but first, I do want to stick with the Packers because we're talking about this being a must-win game. We're hearing from everybody saying they agree with you, Kyle, that it is a must-win game. You can't lose to the Bears. You can't start 0-3 in the NFC North. You can't go to 6-4 with all 4 of your losses coming from NFC opponents. I agree with. Must-win's probably strong. You can still make the playoffs. You probably can't win the North if you lose.
No, but see, it's not. See, Strofe, that's where you.
But you'd hate to have the tiebreaker over you and with every NFC North opponent.
No. What you're missing is this. It is not just about making the playoffs, man. It's not what it's about. That is what we're expected to do. It is about how you are performing, setting the tone, having an attitude. Like, that is exactly what I'm looking for the Green Bay Packers to do on Sunday. That's why just winning a close game ain't good enough, because you're not showing me anything new. Oh, you beat a football team that you're better than. Great. But are you beating teams who are playing at their best in the moment? The Philadelphia Eagles, nobody knew what was going to be happening in that game because it was everybody's first game. But the Detroit Lions, they were playing very well. You weren't able to stop them. The Minnesota Vikings, they were undefeated and playing very well. You were not able to stop them. At some point, the Packers are going to have to show that they can beat good football teams. They can beat teams that are playing well. It's one thing to compete against them, but you got to be a championship organization, a team. You got to start beating those teams, because that's what it takes. That's why this game, to me, is not about just winning. It's about setting the tone for the second half of the season.
It is. Look, the thing is, on that point, I don't really care, but I guess the thing I do care about, right, a win's a win. If you win, you win. I'm good with it. However you win, I don't care how you win. You should never apologize for winning.
A win is not just a win.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
a win is always a win. You're never going to apologize for winning in the NFL.
If a win was just a win, then why did Adrian Griffin get fired with a 30-13 record?
Okay, but that's the NBA. That's different than the NFL.
In the NFL, you still know fraudulent teams. You still know teams to say, yeah, the record looks like that, but they are beatable. They have flaws. Like, just because a team, like the Minnesota Vikings a couple years ago, when they won they won most of 10 of their like 12 wins were by a score or less, right? You knew that they could be beat. You knew they weren't a super great football team. They were good, but you knew they were not a championship caliber type football team based off the close games that they were able to win. You knew eventually it would come back to bite them, and it did in the playoffs.
Yeah, but the thing that concerns me, I guess, back to my point on a win's a win, they just haven't looked like they've had it all put together yet this season. Maybe against Arizona is the one exception. That win over Arizona was a nice one.
So then how is a win a win? If you look at it, if you come away from a win, you say, okay, we got the victory, but we have these things to work on. Or, hey, we were able to...
But that's just life in the NFL, isn't it?
Did you feel good?
The Chiefs are undefeated. Do you think every win for them has been pretty?
That's different, because they know how to do it in the playoffs, so that doesn't matter. But did you come away from that Jaguars game? I don't know if I said it right. Oh, well. And we came away from that Jags game. Did you come away impressed, like, boy, I feel really good about these Green Bay Packers?
No, of course not.
Exactly. That's why a win is not a win. You should feel good after most wins. If every single week you don't feel good about it.
Obviously, you have the built-in excuse of Jordan Love didn't play in the second half. So, of course, there's reasonings of you can go, oh, this probably would have looked a little bit different had Jordan Love been fully healthy and played that whole game, right? That's what I walked away from that game thinking. I was worried about the defense, but I've been worried about the defense all year. That Arizona game is truthfully really the only game where I've looked at both the offense and the defense and gone, yep, that's what we've expected. Mm-hmm. That is the team we've expected to see since the postseason a year ago. Now, you haven't seen a ton of those this year. So to your point, Chicago serves off a bye week as a very good opportunity to look like, oh, okay, maybe this team's starting to figure it out. Continuity, complementary football.
Yeah, I like those words. Those are the C words I like.
Those are the C words I like too. But those are the C words we haven't seen a crap ton of from the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, we have not, and that's why this is a perfect opportunity for them to do it, not only against a divisional rival, but a team that they feel confident that they can continually beat. So I hope that this is what happens on Sunday, 2 Sundays from now. If not, again, my level of concern would definitely shift to what I believe this football team is and what they can be.
Counting down the days, Matt LaFleur has more wins over the Bears in his career as a head coach than we are days away from kickoff. 9 days, Packers and Bears, week number 11. The Packers entering their bye week this weekend, so the bye week blues continue. Can't get your rebound this weekend, but you can get a big rebound next weekend against the Chicago Bears. Before we get to a break and we talk about Kyle's girlfriend up next, I know she's going to love that. Kyle, tell us about how you watch along with all your games like I was doing last night at the Bucs game.
Oh, now listen, KBN Nation. I know there's no Packers this weekend. There's no Badgers this weekend. But there is still football coming up this weekend. And I want you to get in on all the fun with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Yes, with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Go to UnderdogFantasy.com or go to Underdog Fantasy Sports in your app store and download the app and sign up using promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN. And when you sign up, you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, using promo code KBN, we can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly using promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And here's how Underdog works. So basically, you pick between multiple players from different teams. You select higher or lower on your player stats. So what I have for this weekend, you'll see it on social media, is I have Deebo Samuel higher than 57.5 receiving yards. I have Bryce Young higher than a half touchdown. Yeah, all you got to do is throw one touchdown, and your boy Kyle, he wins some shmoney. And Christian McCaffrey higher than a rushing touchdown. Basically, all you have to have is a rushing touchdown. Bada boom, bada bang, cha-ching, give me my money. And you can get money too. I'm telling y'all, follow me at ESPN Kyle W. Yes, ESPN Kyle W, so you can get the exact picks that I make so we can all make money together. Make sure you download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today using promo code KBN. And always remember, you must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
I'm going to tail Kyle's picks this weekend. I think you should too. Find him on Twitter at ESPN Kyle W for those picks coming out today, I think, right? You're going to be posting those?
Yes, I'm going to be posting this. Sorry.
What happened there?
I got a text from the lady.
What'd she say?
She said, you and Strofe are solid together, and then all of a sudden it said fun stuff, and that was after you had teased us talking about her, so I got a little nervous. A little bit nervous.
I hope she still feels that way. Coming up next, it's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said?
Oh, wow.
He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today. And maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? Get a little slice of summer on the links with Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. With bays at just $35 an hour, Mondays through Thursdays. That summer feel is easily back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here. 'Tis the season for celebrating at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join them this holiday season for special events to get you in the festive mood. From a spectacular brunch with Santa to the holiday marketplace and one-of-a-kind dinner and a show experiences, St. Kate has a celebration happening nearly every week through the holiday season. Make a night of it and extend the experience by booking an overnight stay at St. Kate. Special packages are now available. Celebrate the holidays with St. Kate. Learn more by visiting stkatearts.com/holidays.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together, we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
Don't miss the shot when it comes to offering medical coverage to your employees. Saganiac Planning can coach you on ways to balance costs and prioritize care for your employees with coverage provided by United Healthcare. Call Steve Fluellen, 262-783-6161, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliate. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or its affiliate. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc. The Saganiac Planning Marquette records. Most assists in a game, Glenn Doc Rivers had it for 16 against DePaul in 82 until 95 when Tony Miller had 17. That lasted almost 30 years. Tyler Kolek set the new record of 18 last season. It's right that Kolek and Miller should be top two. They are top two in assists per game as well. Miller, 7.8. Kolek, 7. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My whole afternoon was just made. My God. I mentioned Kyle's on the roll at the station. I had good cover brands earlier. He's the director of content. 1017 The Truth. You must not be a very good leader.
I got bombarded.
I just watched 4 on-air hosts for 1017 The Truth light Kyle up in the commercial break.
Bombarded. You know, I'm just trying to bring some happiness into this world during a divisive time. No, what are we doing? I just want people to be happy, man.
Well, the good news for you, Kyle Wallace, Alex Druff hanging out with you, Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. The good news for you, Kyle, is you're going on a little vacay.
Yeah, I am going on a little vacay. I'm excited going on a little vacay, but there's a big but in this, Strofe.
Yeah.
This is a family vacation.
Okay, so your family.
And my family.
So you're going with mom and dad.
Mom, dad, brother. We're all getting in the car, going to the airport together. We're traveling together. But it was 4 of us growing up. And there's a +1 now. And one of us is bringing our +1, which is my girlfriend. My girlfriend is hopping in a vehicle and driving to Chicago and getting on a plane and heading to a different place with me and my family. Now, Strofe, I love my family.
Yes.
My parents have been married for over 40 years. They love each other. But y'all know.
Cheaper to keep her, yeah.
It's cheaper to keep her. Yeah, y'all know what it is. When you be around somebody, a lot of times, they can annoy you. Heck, I love my baby, but sometimes I'm like, you need to chill now. And so my girlfriend is going to find out who my family really is, and I'm a little bit nervous about my family being exposed. And so I have already, prepped her for what to expect, and just what to ignore and what not to listen to. So I told her off top, like, hopefully my brother and my father are listening right now because it's supposed to be a secret. But, my mom and I had a whole phone conversation yesterday about what time are we leaving and what time are we telling your brother and your father that we're leaving, right? Because
you got to give them an extra, half an hour?
100%. If you tell them we're leaving at 5 a.m., I'm telling you, they'll be moping around, moving around until 5:15 because in their mind, it's like, we'll be okay. We'll make up the time. So I prepared her. I said, listen, baby, when we get there, nobody's going to be ready. Nobody. I said, my mom's going to run out the house. And she's going to have her stuff. She's going to have 2 jackets. We're going to a hot place, but she's going to have 2 jackets because it get cold on the plane. So she's going 2 jackets that she's going to have in a place that's going to be 90 degrees. I don't know what she's going to do with the jackets. But she's going to have that. And then she's going to get up and leave the car because she's going to, I forgot something. And then my dad going to come outside. And my dad going to come outside, mope around a little bit, and then walk back inside the house. Then my brother going to pop up out of nowhere. He's going to come over to my parents' house, and instead of using the bathroom before that, he's going to go into their house and use the bathroom. He's going to use the bathroom, and it's already going to be 5:15. They doing all this other stuff. I said, so baby, just get prepared. And I said, now, when they finally get in the car, after my mom tells, get in the car, what are you doing? I said, now, the first thing my brother's going to say, we're going to start driving. And don't get mad when he say, I'm hungry. Because that's the first thing he's going to say is, I'm hungry. And so I got her 100% prepared for some of the nonsense. And that is only trying to get in the car. Imagine actually traveling, getting on the plane.
Yeah.
You know, my dad and I flew together one time. We went to Atlanta one time.
Okay.
And we're supposed to be flying back. And only one of us got on the plane. We literally got to the airport. We got to the airport together. We went through security together. And down in Atlanta, you got to go on the tram down there. We got on the tram together, got off the tram together. But we were running a little bit behind. Why? Because that's what my family does. And so, basically...
You left without him?
Strove, he had to go to the bathroom. I said, there's a bathroom on the plane. He said, I'm not using the bathroom on the plane. I'm using the bathroom here. I said, well, I'm getting on the plane. And you know that, have you ever heard the noise of a door closing for an airplane?
Sure do.
My dad is using the bathroom. Sir, are you getting on the plane or are you not? I said, well, I'm getting on the plane. And they left my dad. So I'm he was in Atlanta for 2 more days with his brother.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Yes. What do you mean about serious? Yes. Yeah. What am I going to do? Be stranded in Atlanta?
He was in Atlanta for 2 more days.
He was in Atlanta because he couldn't get a flight out. No. The logic. Is there not a bathroom on the plane?
There is a bathroom on the plane.
Okay, so
hold on.
Why would you
slow
choose?
Slow down. I've got like 85 questions.
What are the questions?
Can we rattle through these a little bit?
Okay, because we haven't even gotten on the flight yet.
What?
I'm talking about the flight, all the stuff she has to go through on the drive down there in the flight. But go ahead, Stro.
Yeah. Well, okay. So how much time? You and your girlfriend have been together how long?
3+ years.
Okay, you've been together a while. He spent 2 more days in Atlanta with his brother. I can't get it out of my head.
Uncle. His brother, my uncle. Yeah, he did.
That is so good. All right. So you've been together with her for 3 years. So you've spent holidays and you've spent plenty of time with them all together.
Yeah, we have. Absolutely.
Okay. So what is the longest period of time your significant other has spent with your family?
7 hours, 8 hours.
Sure. So, let's just say a work shift, right? Maybe a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., right? On a holiday.
Eventually go home.
Right. How many days is this vacation?
We are there for 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah, 5 days.
So you're getting there when? Tomorrow?
We get there Saturday, yep.
You get there tomorrow, you come back Wednesday, that would mean?
Yeah, Wednesday night.
Okay, so you're there about 5 days. Are you worried about, at least this is a thing when I travel with my family, at some point there will be an argument.
Oh, 100%. Oh, she's going to find out that Mama Wallace and Daddy Wallace, they love each other.
They argue?
But also, listen, it don't take much for Mama Wallace or Papa Wallace to say something. Come on now, you know how that is. And then on top of that, I argue too. Like, I'm a very argumentative person. I mean, surprise.
Yeah, I didn't know that about you.
And so I am my father's son. So all it takes is one thing for somebody to say. It's on and popping. I remember one time we was driving back and my brother was texting and driving, and it got so bad. We were like, can you stop? He said, you know what? If y'all got an issue with it, I'm just going to pull over. Y'all just drive. Like, this is just trying to drive for an hour. I'm telling you, it's going to be wild.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm prepared. I'm prepared for her.
Is she nervous?
I don't think she knows what she's in for.
Are you worried for a circumstance about 4 days into the vacation where she pulls you aside and says, "Kyle, your family's freaking nuts"?
No, I think she's gonna understand why I react the way I react to things, because I get a lot of it from them, and also why I get annoyed by certain things. Also told her bring a mask, not because we're afraid of COVID, because my dad's gonna smoke a lot of cigarettes around you probably too. So just to protect your, them lungs I love.
You love her lungs?
I mean, I love everything about her,
including her lungs.
Yeah. Don't you love your girlfriend's lungs?
I would say I do love my girlfriend's lungs. Yes.
All right, then.
I do.
All right, then. What, her coughing?
Hey, Chris Larson, do you love your girlfriend's lungs?
Only when she's singing, yeah. That's pretty much about it.
Good singer? You dating a good singer?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, that lasted. Okay. I still have more questions on this, but we got to get to a break.
Very weird, though. Lungs is...
Yeah, Kyle's a weird guy. Are we surprised by this, Chris? We can't be. No, I don't think so.
Some of the other things I could have said, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Well, when you smoke cigarettes, it usually impacts your lungs.
You love her health? You love that she's healthy?
Yeah, I love her health. I probably should have said health.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, I'll continue questioning Kyle's relationship and family vacation. He is bringing his lovely girlfriend on, which I am terrified on her behalf, and I'm not even participating in said vacation. We will continue to dive into that. Also need to hear from Amon-Ra Equanimous St. Clown, Amon-Ra Equanimous St. Brown, which we will do in the 3 o'clock hour. That's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Rick Papandrea. I hear so much about the subspecialties here at OAW. What does that really mean, and how does that differentiate OAW surgeons from others?
The main difference, I think, for us is the subspecialization that we don't just participate in, but we really embrace. Everybody who's here has done extra training beyond the normal 5 years to have a subspecialty. But we don't just dabble in that subspecialty, we focus in it. So if there's a problem in the group, a patient has an issue that's very specific, a provider might realize that issue needs the attention of that subspecialist. So what we do is we make sure the focus is on the patient, and we get that patient to the provider that has that subspecialty focus. I think a lot of surgeons and providers will have a focus, but they will do it when they can and do it when it's convenient. But for us, it's really the priority.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tosher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman continues. ESPN Wisconsin. Alex Strobe, that's Kyle Wallace. Everybody is just texting in wondering why Kyle said he loves his girlfriend's lungs.
Yeah.
Is that code for something?
No, I care about her health. As a child that grew up with a father who smoked cigarettes, you see the models of the lungs of, here's a clean, non-smoking lung, here's a smoking lung. I didn't want my lungs
your
to be...
teacher voice? What was that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah, I apologize if I said something again that offended people or some innuendo that I did not know I was saying.
Okay. Lungs. Loves his lungs.
I do.
Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, So those of you that missed it, Kyle is going on vacation tomorrow with his family, his mother, his father, his brother.
And baby girl.
And his girlfriend of 3 years, the first time she has gone on a vacation with his family. And he is rather nervous. He has prepped her for the chaotic nature of the Wallace clan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you prepped her.
Yeah, I prepped her.
What does that mean?
So prepped her is letting her know exactly a little bit of some family history, so she understands.
So can you fill us in?
Nah, it's family history. You can't tell all family history because we're going to be with the Wallace side of the family, right? The Wallace side of the family.
Wait, so it's just your mom, your dad, and your brother, right?
Yes,
or is there more?
Yeah, my dad has 3 siblings.
Are they all coming too?
Oh yeah, we're going for a wedding.
Oh,
it's a wedding down there. So it's the whole clan, of folks.
Lord.
And the husband, I don't even get started on the husband.
How many marriages for him?
I don't know. Second one, he got 3 kids from his first one, I guess. I don't know.
How close are you with the groom?
The groom, I don't know the groom. Never met him.
Oh, wait. So this
is when they asked me to be in the wedding, and I said no because I don't know the groom, even though I love my cousin. But I'm like,
okay, so the bride is her cousin.
Yeah, the bride is my cousin. Yeah, that's my cousin. We grew up together.
Okay.
But I had to just prep her for hey, it's
so
gonna be
you were asked to be a groomsman for somebody you've never met?
Bro, yes. Because yes. And I said no. My brother said yes, I said no.
I feel like you can't say no to that.
Why is that? I did.
Because it's a family wedding. Just show some love for your family.
To be 100% honest.
You just didn't feel comfortable standing up with somebody you've never met?
That's what I said. I told my cousin, and I told her mom, who I love, my auntie, who I saw a couple last month. I said, when I got asked to do it, if I hesitated, it's something I probably shouldn't do.
I agree with that.
Because it's not cheap. $300 for the suit, $50 for some shoe. I'm like, you know what? I don't even know this brother. I really don't. So I'm not really here for all that. I'm not looking to do that.
Okay. Fascinating. Huh. What's your biggest concern?
No, I just my biggest concern is basically my my family wilds out. Something happens, something hits the fan, and everybody is just all of a sudden just going at it or something like that, and she's just on the side just kind of seeing it. So that is my biggest concern that I have. But it'll be good. She's just gonna find out how the Wallace clan gets down. So her little lungs gonna have to be prepared. Her
Stop saying that.
She gonna have
Stop saying lungs.
Her big lungs? I don't know. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. So that's the whole point for this. Is I'm just preparing her for this trip, and so with the family trip, I just don't. I kind of didn't offer her to come right away. I initially waited a little bit.
How define that?
I waited long enough for her to say something to express how she felt about it. And I said, all right, I got you. If you want to come, I definitely want you to come. I want you to come. I was just hesitant because me and my brother usually share a room, and I'm like, I don't want to leave him out there. But you know what? I have to build my life with my girl, my baby girl.
Okay. I don't think you've prepped her well enough.
She gonna find out. It is what it is. Strofe, have you ever traveled? I mean, didn't you just travel somewhere with your lady and your family?
I did, yeah. I went with my mom and my stepdad.
How did that go?
Girlfriend. It went great. We went to Nashville for the Packers game.
See, yeah, no.
We were in the car the entire time.
Oh, you drove together in a car?
My girlfriend forgot her luggage.
Oh yeah, the Wallace family would have talked about her. You mean this baby came all the way down here and didn't have no luggage? You left the house and didn't have a luggage?
Yeah, we stopped at a
something wrong with her? That's
store.
What they would have said.
Something wrong with her. There's a few things. But hey, man, we're all perfectly imperfect.
Yeah, that's what my family would have said. My family would have been very judgmental family.
Your family ever disapprove of a significant other of yours?
No, not of mine. I don't bring a lot of women around my family. She's the third one my family's ever met.
And they've liked all three?
Well, I shouldn't say. Yeah. I mean, there was actually one time where I brought a girl to the house, and she came in, and my mom saw her, and said, who is this? I said, don't worry about it. She won't be around long. Oh, it was a dog.
You said that in front of her?
I sure did.
Don't worry about her. She won't be around long.
Set the tone. Just like the Green Bay Packers got to set the tone.
She should have dumped your ass on the spot.
She wasn't that type of girl. I wasn't dating her. She was just somebody I was hanging out with.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just let my mama know, don't worry about it.
So this was Mr. Swagger who was around back then.
But yeah, that's the important.
Is this the Mr. Swagger girl who you're referring to?
No. She never met the family. But the whole point of this.
Wait, why did you bring a girl home that wasn't going to be around long? That seems disrespectful to your mother. You can't just bring anybody home.
I was in my 20s.
Yep. Which I currently am. I wouldn't do that.
Just discovering myself and, my experimenting.
Don't worry about her. You're a maniac. I mean, that's a brutal thing to say about somebody in front of their face.
I mean, it was maybe that's why we stopped talking after that, huh?
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah. I wonder, like, dang, this girl ain't text me back. Like, what's going on? She had me up on my birthday for that. I'm like, dang, she didn't wish me a happy birthday? Wrong with her?
Yeah, you said to your mother in front of her, hey, yeah, this floozy ain't coming back anytime soon.
That's a wild thing. I was a wild boy in my early 20s, boy.
Oh, my God.
Can't believe I said that. Are you thumbs down?
I would like to hear from your girlfriend after the vacation on how it went. I would like her unfiltered opinion. I'm not saying
she's a sweetheart. She's too big of a sweetheart to say anything negative.
So they love her, right?
Oh, I mean, if you, I think you may have met her once. I don't know.
I don't know if I have.
Yeah, because you know what? She comes to some of our remote broadcasts.
Sure.
And so you probably haven't met her. She is an absolute sweetheart. I'm sorry.
That is how you always describe her.
I'm not saying this just because she's mine. I'm saying this because I know who good people are, and I know myself. I'm a nice person, but like I have my things, right? This woman is she's a wonderful person. So I already know, even the negative, she'll find the positive and the negative from the trip. So I'm not so concerned about her being like, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm more concerned about her saying, damn, these people crazy. These people is crazy. I didn't know people act like this. Like, she thinks her family is crazy. I'm like, you don't know crazy.
The good news is she is dating you and lives with you, so she understands at least partially how crazy the Wallace clan can be.
Yeah, she's been around, but she's seen the fun crazy. She hasn't seen, like, the drama crazy. Like, I've been around these people for 5 days, and I'm sick of them crazy. Like, I'm telling every time I travel with my family, I'm like, dog, I'm done with y'all because y'all come to stuff late, y'all move, like, everything is a whole issue. Everything takes forever. Everything just and I'm not like a punctual person, but if something starts at our show starts at 2:00, most of the time I'm here at 2:00.
Yeah, not yesterday, but most of the time.
But most of I might not be here at 1:55. I might not be here at 1:58. But
you'll damn sure be here at 2:00.
When it's time to turn the mic on, I'm here. And my family, when I get married, I'm gonna have to tell them the wrong time.
Okay, so last thing on this, and then we'll talk Packers on the other side. You said at the top you're going to have to tell your father and your brother a time. So what time are you actually leaving tomorrow for the airport?
We're hoping to leave by 5.
Okay, what time did you tell them?
4:00.
You're giving them a whole hour.
Yeah, the hope is honestly that we can get out. That we can leave 4:45. 5 is like that's like
the latest.
Yeah, you might get left. Like, well, actually, my girl already told me. Well, if it's such an issue, well, why don't we just drive down there just by ourselves? I said, baby, it don't work like that. We can't do that. That'll cause all type of issues. But
will it?
If I drove down by myself, hell yeah.
Are you sleeping over there tonight?
No.
Only when she's gone.
Yeah, only when she's gone. Even though that wouldn't be a bad idea, but that means that she would have to stay with me at my parents' house, and that would not be ideal.
Well, why?
Oh, it's just
what's the sleeping situation at vacation? You guys have your own room?
Yeah, we got our own room.
Okay.
We sure do.
You think you're going to be like next door to your mom and pop?
No, I doubt that. Hope not.
He just winked at me. You're a weird individual. Hey, good luck.
Thank you.
I hope you have fun.
I will.
So you're back on the show when? Thursday?
Thursday.
All right. Well, I hope you have a great vacation.
I
Can't
will.
wait to hear the stories of how everything went.
Yeah, I'm going to come back looking beautiful.
All right. Time now to give away a Palermo's prize pack. We send it over to the pre-recorded version of Ben Brust. Coming up next, we hear from the St. Clown family. That is on the other side of Kyle, Brust, and Norman.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Pull my baby out the goal. Y'all, get him out. Ain't no way in the world my baby going to get hit that many times with a puck.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's Screamin' Pizza Friday, and there may be some teams on bye, but there's no better way to get your weekend going with a Screamin' Sicilian prize pack. Caller number 8. 800-990-3776 is going to win a Screamin' Pizza prize pack. Make sure you call now so you can enjoy a great weekend with Screamin' Sicilian Pizza. 800-990-3776. Caller 8, get your weekend started with a Screamin' Pizza Friday.
We've already got some problems on the roadway. We've got an accident on westbound 94 right about at the Barker Road exit. The right lane is blocked. And then they've also got the Barker Road exit closed because of that accident. So just watch out for the backups. They're stretching all the way back to the county line already. Southbound on 41, slowing from Appleton Avenue down to Hampton. Southbound 43 from Hampton down to Capitol Drive as well. And then more backups westbound 94 from 27th Street through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low of 43 at the lakefront, 36 inland. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, night showers with a high of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think
Kringle
his
turnover.
legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being
turnovers.
serious? You guys can't put two and two
I got
together.
it. I did not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish
I'm
turnover.
sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Great mornings begin at Quick Trip, where this Veterans Day, breakfast for our nation's heroes is on us. As a heartfelt thank you, we're offering complimentary breakfast to all our veterans for their service. So enjoy any breakfast sandwich along with a 16-ounce coffee, milk, or juice. Just mention you're a veteran at checkout and start your day with a small token of our gratitude. Quick Trip, here for you, here for our veterans. Thank you for your service.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
On a Friday, no Brust, no Nortman. Alex Stroh, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you, leading you into the weekend. We'll get to Amon-Ra and Equanimous St. Clowns in a minute and what they had to say on their St. Clowns podcast. Their last name is St. Clown, right?
It is St. Clown.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page there. So we will get to that momentarily. But I see a caller on the line with the last name of a member of our show who is not here.
Oh, Ben's calling in?
No, even better. His older brother, Jonathan Brust, is calling in when there is no Ben Brust. He said he is ready to be a sensible Bears fan, which I don't believe for a minute.
Hey, JB.
So no Ben, but we get JB. Hello, JB. You are on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
What up, man?
What up, Kyle? What up, Strofe? Guys, my tail is between my legs.
Ooh.
And I just am calling in today because I know Ben's not there. And I'm sure Ben's going to hear about this, but I just want to admit I was a delusional Bears fan at the beginning of the season.
Whoa.
Saying we're going to have 10 to 11 wins. Yeah. If we get the 6 wins, like, I might lose my mind if we get the 6.
Are you okay? Is everything okay?
You know what, Kyle? I still love you.
You don't seem well. You don't seem well. You're saying
No,
that the
I'm totally good. I'm totally good, Kyle. I'm good. I'm okay with it. I'm never going to change. I'm always going to be a Bears fan. They're going to break my heart every year, but that's what I'm going to be.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of you, JB. I'm so glad that you have finally seen the light to understand that you are a delusional Bears fan.
Wow.
You came on here, you thought Caleb
This is a big
Williams,
admission.
Yeah, it is. You thought Caleb Williams was going to be the best quarterback in the NFC, and I get it. He's going to be all right. He's going to be okay.
It's going to be good, Kyle, but here's the thing. The Packers ain't going to make the playoffs.
Oh, get out of here. All right, that's enough of you.
Go.
That's enough out of Jonathan Brust.
So he's still a delusional Bears fan. Look at that.
He ends with a good joke, right? The Packers don't make the playoffs. The Packers need what? 4 wins to make the playoffs?
Basically.
They can go 4-4 in their last 8.
They're going to go 5-3, so.
I think they're going to go at least 5-3.
Yeah, at least
6-2. And we're not even delusional.
And you know, I love
Jonathan Brust.
I love this about Bears fans now because they're coming back down to earth. I love it. I love to see the cycle.
What happened to him? He used to be so much better than that. I used to have so much more entertainment out of him. Today he's just calling and saying, yeah, we suck. You guys were right the whole time. Yeah, of course we were right the whole time.
You know what happened?
We've seen this book time and time again.
They always think some new quarterback's going to come in and then change the book.
Yeah,
the book is still the same.
Do you notice we're going through the circle of life with Bears fans? So they draft the new quarterback early in the first round, Caleb Williams this time. And now, since it's not going as well as they had anticipated because, they make all these offseason additions,
Fire the
right?
coach.
Well, I'm getting there. DeAndre Swift and Keenan Allen, they bring in, DJ Moore had a great year last year. Cole Kmet's a good tight end. They're like, wow, we're going to be so good this year. We're so stacked. And now it's the head coach's fault. So let's fire the head coach. So you know what they're going to do at the end of the season? Bye-bye Matt Eberflus. Let's try to bring in Robert Saleh and give him another crack at it as a head coach, right? They're going to bring in Robert Saleh in Chicago, or they're not bringing in Bill Belichick, so stop losing your mind, Bears fans. They're going to bring in somebody who's exciting and kind of young and passionate. He's a player's coach. He's going to get this whole thing under control. And what's going to happen? Caleb Williams is going to stink next year.
Yep.
And all of a sudden we're going to go, oh, man, maybe they should have listened to the Packers and sat their quarterback behind a veteran for a few years because that tends to work. And then all of a sudden Bears fans are going to be helicoptering and going, oh, my God, Caleb Williams might not be the guy. Oh, no, Caleb Williams might not actually be good. And then he's going to get a third year to start. And it's not going to go well. And the Bears are going to go 5-12, and they're going to have the third pick in the NFL draft. And they're going to do the whole damn thing over again, just like they did this offseason with Justin Fields and Caleb Williams. They're going to do it with Caleb Williams and Archie Manning, or whoever the next quarterback is.
It's a movie called Groundhog's Day,
yes,
where you just wake up and it's the same thing over and over. That's what they've been living.
Yeah.
And they don't even know it.
And we're doing it again. Yeah. And here we go. We are in phase 2 of firing the head coach, which they do every 3 years.
Every 3 years.
So there you go. That's Jonathan Brust, the delusional Bears fan, admitting his delusion. Let's go to Cincinnati, Ohio. Nick in Cincinnati. You're on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Thanks for waiting. What's up?
Hey, boys. Thanks for taking my call. I'm kind of glad that you just brought up the NFL draft because out of curiosity, I'm still focused on this year. I think we have a very legitimate chance of winning the Super Bowl, even after last week. It's still very early. But just out of curiosity, Gutekunst has hit on a lot of draft picks, but it seems like the ones that he's taken in the first round the last couple of years, we're still kind of waiting on the Lucas Van Nesses, the Jordan Morgans. If Green Bay sits around the same spot that they normally have in the NFL draft, what position would you assume that they go after in the first round this year?
It's a good question by Nick in Cincinnati. Thanks for the call, brother.
I like the way Nick said it. they do this, they do that. Little storyteller Nick out there in Cincinnati.
And Nick, WKRP is hiring, I hear. You understand that joke?
Who was that?
WKRP in Cincinnati was a television show about a radio station.
Oh, yes, I think I've heard about that.
Yeah, that's the reference I was making.
You have because he just told you.
That's true. That's very true.
Thank you, Chris. God, Chris has been dynamite the last 2 days, bro. I'll tell you what, he doesn't say much. But when he speaks, it carries a lot of weight.
Valuable.
He got your ass right there.
He did.
So to answer Nick's question, positionally, right, he's not looking for names, which is good, because I have not watched a lot of college football this year. The only name I know is Jordan Turner, and that's Kyle's cousin who plays at Michigan State.
Shout out. If you draft him in the first round, I love him, but you draft him in the first round, that's a terrible pick. Terrible first-round pick. We're looking more mid-round. We're going mid-late round, but
He's got his Jordan Turner NIL T-shirt on today,
yes,
does Kyle Wallace. I think it's defensive line. I think they're going to go back to that well. The Packers always draft in the trenches in the first round, it seems. And what has been the biggest shortcoming this year, Kyle? The pass rush.
It has been.
Right, so they're probably going to go D-end or try it again, right? They just drafted Lucas Van Ness. That hasn't worked out super well this year. My best guesstimation would be that they go first-round defensive line, and the draft is in Green Bay this year.
Yeah, so. I think they go first-round cornerback. I really think they go defensive back, and I feel like
that could make sense
when we talk about this, I know we're talking about something that, way, way out, but the hypothetical was asked. I think you go cornerback just because of the fact that Jair Alexander is getting up there with this overall contract, how many years left on this contract. Obviously, the opposite side of him, you're trying to figure out what you have over there. So I think you go cornerback and defensive line stroke. The reason why I say that is because Lucas Van Ness, right now, not living up to the potential that we thought he was going to be. His draft choice.
Yep.
Rashawn Gary, not consistent, not living up to it. Kenny Clark, he's fine. He is what he is, right? And so Devontae Wyatt, he ain't been exactly what we thought he was going to be. He's shown some glimpses of hope this year, so we'll see how he ends up this year. But at a certain point, you have to say, I am not good at drafting these guys. I'm just going to open up the wallet, the bank account, and sign some guys that are proven players versus trying to develop guys. If you know you can't draft and develop defensive linemen, then you need to go sign and draft and develop defensive linemen. You have been able to develop corners, so that's why I think you go corner.
There you go. Whew. Yeah, I think they go defense in some capacity. Good question from Nick in Cincinnati. That's a bye week question right there, bro.
It is.
It's such a bye week question.
Yeah, you're pondering what could happen in this season. And we'll be picking probably in the same area.
Yeah, mid-20s, late 20s. Yeah, I guess so. All right, I want to get to this because Amon-Ra St. Brown obviously plays for... I've been corrected, by the way. Their last name is not St. Clown. It is St. Brown. So thank you for that correction on the text line. Amon-Ra St. Brown... and Equanimous St. Brown are brothers. Equanimous, of course, the former Packer. Amon-Ra, the current Lion. Host a podcast together, simply called the St. Brown Podcast. St. Clown Podcast. Cool. Amon-Ra, who just played in Green Bay, wore a Green Bay, one word, which is incorrect, sucks sweatshirt into Lambeau Field.
Yeah, douche.
Big time, Kyle. Well said. Had this to say about Green Bay Packers fans on the latest edition of the St. Brown Podcast.
Yeah. I feel like the fans think the division is just theirs before the season even starts. They think that the division is theirs right now as we speak. They think it's still theirs. I feel like they're delusional. I don't know.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I've been there for years. Yeah. Every year, the North is ours.
Right.
I'm speaking ours like when I was there. North is ours.
It could be the last game of the season. The North is not even theirs. They still think it's theirs until it's finally not theirs. And then when it's not theirs, it's like, okay, it's still ours because you guys just won it 1 year. So that just kind of blows me.
Well, I guess if we looked at recent history, they're probably right. The Packers have won the more division titles than anybody in the NFC North, and it's not even close since the NFC North's inception. Equanimous St. Brown, referenced there. His time spent in Green Bay. He was a Green Bay Packer 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021.
Talk about a bust.
2018, they did not win the division. That was the year they fired Mike McCarthy. Kyle, can you think back in your memory tank for me? What did the Packers do in 2019?
In 2019, the Packers, was that the time, 2019-2020 season?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, who did they lose to? Did they lose to the 49ers that year too?
I think so.
Yeah. Was it when 49ers lost
that
year
but what did they do in the regular season?
Oh, I'm sure they did fine.
Yep.
What is that that was the first season that 13-3.
Yeah.
13-3 during the regular season.
And guess what 13-3 was good enough to do?
Was that the 1 seed? Or win the NFC North for sure.
They were the 1 seed.
And they won the NFC North.
And they won the NFC North. No, actually, they were the 2 seed. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless, they won the NFC North.
13-3.
You aware what they did in the division in 2020?
Yeah. That was a great year. 13-3 again, and they won the division, and they went to the NFC Championship that year, didn't
Interesting concept. Yeah, they sure did. Guess what they did in 2021? His final year in Green Bay.
I believe they went 13-3 again.
Yeah.
And
they were the 1 seed.
And they won the NFC North.
And they won the NFC North.
Yeah.
So 75% of the years that Equinemius St. Brown spent in Green Bay, they did exactly what they are complaining and bitching and moaning about, which is win the division.
Woo! Fired up. Definitely fired up around here. Yeah, I'm right there with you because I'm sick and tired of this. Because right now, I don't like the fact that EQ is sitting there seconding his little brother. You the big brother. Act like it. Stop acting like little bro.
You're the big brother.
Just because little bro is more talented, making more money, doesn't mean you just sit there and nod your head. Speak up. Let them know that, well, when I was there, we did win, man. You saw it. You were cheering me on. You were probably at some of the games. So this is the thing I'm sick and tired of. See, I wasn't mad at the Detroit Lions a couple weeks ago. They are not our rival whatsoever. But with Amon-Ra St. Brown, St. Clown, whatever he wants to be, non-spelling St. Clown, that's what he is. Don't know how to spell right.
Mm-hmm.
He running his mouth talking about, oh, you guys don't run the division. You fans are delusional. I'm not delusional, brother. You're the delusional one. You simply think because you accomplished 1 NFC North divisional title, you won 2 playoff games for this organization in the last 30 years, you think all of a sudden you the kings of the North? You think it takes 1 year to establish yourself as king? Buddy, you better ask my boy Brad Nortman. My boy Brad Nortman played on the Carolina Panthers, went to a Super Bowl. They didn't go back to a Super Bowl after that. Just because you do it one time don't mean you're going to do it over and over and over. Y'all need to check yourself before you get wrecked. Now, on top of that, I heard Jared Goff was running his mouth too, talking about, oh, after the game, the Green Bay Packers said we're going to see him again. Yeah, we're going to see you again. Yeah, we're going to see you again, and we're going to smack y'all again. This ain't a rivalry. This is beef. We got beef now with the Detroit Lions. And I know one thing, when the Packers play them again, I can't wait till we absolutely rout them boys in Detroit and put them in their place and say, though you guys are a year ahead of us, though you guys probably are more talented than us, y'all still can't dominate us the way we dominated y'all for 20 years. So stop playing with me.
This ain't a rivalry. This is beef. And you know what this tells me, Kyle? Just like the delusional Bears fan we just heard from in Jonathan Brust, to Amon-Ra St. Brown, one of the league's premier receivers for the Detroit Lions, to Equinemius St. Brown, a washed-up receiver who has done nothing good in his career.
He's a free
from
agent now,
Green Bay to Chicago. He's the New Orleans Saint now. He has 0 catches on the
When
season.
did he sign there?
In the offseason. He has 0 catches on the air.
Okay.
Yeah, he made the team.
Good for him.
He's got 0 catches. He's trash. Rent-free.
Rent-free for sure. You know how many times they talk about the Packers on this podcast?
Oh, every episode.
They talk about the Packers all the time in this episode. Ain't nobody thinking about the dang Lions. We're not focusing on. We ain't even thinking about you, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Half of us can't even say your name right, man. And that's on us. That's not on you. We should respect you. We definitely should. But at the end of the day, if you were as cold as you want to be, I sure know how to say Jamar Chase. I sure know how to say Justin Jefferson, Randy Moss.
I remember a commercial from the mid-2000s. Free, that spells free. Rent-free, baby.
Yeah, it is interesting. But for real, though, it's interesting how often these people are talking about us. Like, I remember last year they were talking about how the Green Bay Packers have some cornerbacks, right? Like, those cornerbacks, they like to talk a lot of trash. DJ Moore and Amon-Ra St. Brown were talking about that last year. It just seems to me that they are constantly talking about us. But you know why they're talking about us? Because when you are looking up to another team, when you're trying to knock a team off a pedestal, when you're trying to aspire to be like them, that's who you talk about. Ain't nobody talking about the Chicago Bears. Ain't nobody talking about the Vikings. And ain't nobody for sure talking about Detroit Lions. Everybody's trying to replicate what the Green Bay Packers have done to the NFC North for the past 30 years. That's what they're chasing. They're not chasing anything else but what we have done. That's why we are not delusional fans. We're realistic fans that always have high hopes, because based off what we've been able to do, we've been able to purely dominate the NFC North for years.
They always think the division is theirs, they say. It's because it mostly is. It's because it mostly is. The Packers seemingly win the division almost every year for the last 3 decades, since the NFC North's inception, which was formerly, of course, the NFC Central. And if we want to count the NFC Central, which we can definitely do, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won as many NFC North/Central championships as the Detroit Lions have. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers haven't been in the division for over 30 years.
Let that sink in. Yeah. Dang, it's been 30 years?
It's about. Just about, well. Yeah. So there you go. What a bunch of clowns.
I just had to get. And I don't want Jared Goff to be going off that too. Jared Goff annoyed me too. I didn't like the way Jared. We try to act like he's a nice dude, but I really don't like the way he was trying to smile on my boys' faces. I'm telling you, this just gave me a lot more juice for when we play the Lions again.
Mm-hmm.
It means something, obviously on the football field, but as a fan, it's just a little bit more when people start talking trash to your team.
That's fair.
Especially after you beat them last year at their place when you weren't that good of a football team. You're still trying to figure yourselves out.
Packers have won the division 17 times since 1982. The Lions have won it 4 times ever. Trash.
Terrible.
Trash.
Terrible trash.
Kyle Wallace, Alex Griff with you. It's Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. We hear from Chris Larson and Becoming Relevant. Coming up next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
800-990-3776. Say that again. What a radio pro.
He's so...
Say that again. Nobody said a word. Ben Brust, say that. Can we make a rule for Kyle Brust and Nortman?
You're a good producer. Say
no
that again.
No Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and no Greg Scalzo, my former co-host.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
We've already got some problems on the roadway. We've got an accident on westbound 94 right about at the Barker Road exit. The right lane is blocked. And then they've also got the Barker Road exit closed because of that accident. So just watch out for the backups. They're stretching all the way back to the county line already. Southbound on 41, slowing from Appleton Avenue down to Hampton. Southbound 43 from Hampton down to Capitol Drive as well. And then more backups westbound 94 from 27th Street through the Stadium Interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly clear skies with a low of 43 at the lakefront, 36 inland. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, night showers with a high of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list. What list? The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, "Life is like a box of chocolates."
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Swing into action to experience Sweetgrass and Sage Run in 2025. The Island Resort and Casino stay and play packages are a hole-in-one. By blending award-winning golf with exceptional amenities, we've become the premier resort destination in the Midwest. But don't wait. These popular packages fill up fast. To book your 2025 golf getaway and secure your spot on the green, visit islandresortgolf.com today. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Good vibrations on a Friday. Kyle Brust, Nortman, Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all studio in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Feel good. Living rent free in people's heads. Bye-week blues. Kyle's going on vacay.
Yeah, family vacation with the Bay.
Don't do that anymore.
It is family vacation with the Bay. She's all concerned about what she wears.
Say family vacay with the Bay. Wait, hold on.
Vacay.
What do you mean she's like, you're going to a beach, I assume?
Yeah.
So is she worried like, I can't wear that in front of your mother?
Yeah, and I'm like, baby, come on now. You know,
My girl did that too.
I like
we went
that.
to Nashville.
I said, wear that.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Listen,
Didn't work.
You can't hide it forever.
That's true. Gotta look good.
Yeah.
You gotta flaunt it.
Exactly, baby.
Don't call me baby.
I was talking about, okay. I can see how you
Time now to hear from Chris Larson.
You're irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
All right, guys, let's start here with no Packers game this weekend, no Badgers game this weekend. So what's on your sports viewing schedule? Bucks play tonight against the Knicks. Marquette plays tonight as well. They're taking on George Mason at the Al. Wisconsin Hoops back in action Sunday afternoon. But we all know football is king when it comes to the weekends in the fall. So what are you guys planning to tune into this weekend? What's your can't miss thing you're going to tune into that you got to watch this weekend? No Packers, no Badgers.
I will start with tonight. Number 9, North Carolina. Number 1, Kansas. College hoops. Top 10 matchup to tip off the college basketball season tonight. So that will be on my television about 6 o'clock tonight. There's a couple NFL games that intrigue me. 49ers, Buccaneers. That's got me at noon on Sunday. Sunday night game, Lions, Texans.
I'm interested.
Rooting for the Texans.
It's in Houston.
So those would be my 3. North Carolina, Kansas tonight, and then those 2 NFL games Sunday.
Yeah, I'm on vacation, so the only game I'm going to be tracking and following, honestly, I'm looking forward to the Bucks versus Celtics game. I mean,
that's on Sunday as well.
I don't know if I'll be able to see it, but I'm definitely, that's the one I'm tracking because I think the Milwaukee Bucks be a shot for them to kind of see if we're really riding the ship or we just play a really bad team.
Yeah. So, I don't know. These are always weird weekends, and you don't get this every year. Typically, if the Packers are off, the Badgers are playing. If the Badgers are off, the Packers are playing. So you typically have something to look forward to in the football world. We really don't have like a specific game where it's like, oh, yeah, that's really good. Lions-Texans is intriguing to me, though.
Yeah, that one is definitely interesting. It's a little good slate of matchups that I see out there. So
couple of them.
I'll probably dabble a little bit, but
I don't know. What do you got, Chris? You got a Michigan game on this weekend, right?
I have a Michigan game on this weekend. Actually, I usually send a...
Oh, Michigan's going to get destroyed.
Why would you say that?
Indiana's good.
Indiana is
good.
good.
Yeah, of course Indiana's good, but who do they play? They've played nobody.
No.
Michigan's not good this year.
Of course they're not good this year, but Indiana's played nobody.
Yeah, and
wait, are you calling the upset?
Michigan hasn't lost to Indiana in Bloomington since 1987.
Well,
they're double-digit underdogs for the first time in consecutive games in program history.
Crazy, right?
Wow, I didn't know that.
But against Indiana is crazy. I'm telling you, Indiana is legit.
Yeah, Indiana ranking 8th in this week's the first college football playoff rankings. Indiana. With 0 ranked wins on the air.
I usually watch all the college football games on Saturday, so that's my Saturday pretty much, just from 11 a.m. until whatever college football after dark's on at 9:15. Go until midnight 1 a.m. I'm still watching it.
Well, you get Michigan and number 8 Indiana on CBS 2:30 on Saturday.
It should be fun. Good luck. I'll just say.
Yeah, Georgia Ole Miss should be a good game as well. Number 2 against number 16 there. So.
Very good.
All right, moving on here. Kyle mentioned the Milwaukee Bucks, who broke their 6-game losing streak last night by beating the Utah Jazz and pretty much handling them.
They played tonight against the New York Knicks. Andrew Jackson Jr. inserted into the starting lineup by head coach Doc Rivers, had 7 points and 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, was a plus 19 for his time on the court yesterday as he replaced Gary Trent Jr. in the starting lineup, who was a minus 14 coming off the bench. Is this the first good move, you think, of the Doc Rivers head coaching era in Milwaukee, putting Andrew Jackson Jr. in the lineup?
Yeah, Gary Trent only playing 8 minutes last night. He was not utilized whatsoever. Andre Jackson Jr., I do owe him an apology.
Yeah, you do. And somebody from KBN Nation, too. They tweeted
Jake?
at us. Yeah, you saw the tweet at? Yeah.
I didn't see the tweet, but I remember him saying it was a 3-and-D team.
He said, now what?
They did hit 15 threes last night. But it was interior scoring and it was in transition. The Jazz hit more threes than the Bucks did and still lost by 23. So I still don't subscribe to the fact that it's a 3-and-D team. The D part, sure. The 3 part, not so much. And the D part certainly coming out for Andre Jackson Jr. with his 4 steals, turning defense into offense. I said he doesn't do anything on offense. I was wrong. He turned his defense into offense several times last night. I thought he was really solid for them, only scoring 7 points, but a couple of fast break layups for him, which were impressive, and he did some other good things offensively, the 4 assists that Chris mentioned as well. So it was a good move. He's an athletic cat. Mm-hmm. He obviously very good defensive player coming from the Dan Hurley School of UConn defense.
National title champion.
That's correct. He was part of that first team that won the national championship 2 years ago. So all in all, it was a good move. We'll see if it pays off, but the Jazz stink. They're 1-7. They have the worst record in the league.
I think the most important thing is that we talk about this team being old, right? And so having an infusion of youth in this offense is something that we were interested to see, that youth, springy. He can move around. He ended up being a spark plug for the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, is it sustainable? We'll definitely see, but this is definitely something positive overall just for his development of getting more comfortable and actually having a role on this basketball team, because if he can be kind of what he was in college, which he could do everything, right? Rebound, he knocked down open shots, but he knocked down open shots last night too. Like, if he can just do everything, a little bit of everything, just a workman-like mentality, he can be a contributor for this team.
I'm with you on that. Chris, one more.
All right, one more here on becoming / already relevant. The Bengals last night's Thursday Night Football lost by 1 point to the Ravens. Bengal fans upset, though, after 2 potential penalties were not called on the 2-point conversion attempt that they had a chance to win the game at the very end. One a hold and the other a hands to the face. Not only did they miss both those calls on the 2-point conversion, but if you go back on the 3rd down before the 4th down conversion in that drive, Joe Burrow was hit in the head, and they missed that call as well. Is NFL officiating broken when you see a replay of a defensive player hitting a quarterback's face mask, but officials increasingly miss it in real time, and league rules don't allow for a correction with the replay? We saw it in the Rams-Vikings game as well when Darnold got hit in the face mask as well, and the ref blew that call as well. So is NFL officiating broken?
It's not great. I mean, obviously, we've seen all the penalties called against the Packers this year, too, and some of them have been certainly questionable. The thing about this game, though, that really intrigued me, and I watched the end of it after I got home from the Bucs game, the 2-point conversion was a horrible idea, right? They trotted out there. It looked like they were attempting to draw them off sides, which I'm fine with. They called the timeout, which allows the Ravens to essentially get reset, and they went for it again rather than just kicking the extra point to bring it to overtime, which in my opinion probably would have been the right move. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20. If they make that 2-point, it looks like a good move. But Zach Taylor, the head coach of the Bengals, very good at getting in his own way. Like, I feel for a guy like Jamar Chase. 11 catches, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns.
267. How much?
264. Yeah. Which will go down as, I believe, the second best fantasy football wide receiver performance since 2000.
I might have played against somebody who had him.
I had zero issue with the 2-point conversion try. And the Ravens had scored 4 straight times. Yeah, and the Bengals D was Swiss cheese. You take your shot on the road and roll the dice. Playing for overtime on the road is difficult.
Yeah, so Justin Tucker can hit a 65-yarder, right?
I had no qualms with him going for 2.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I didn't watch the game. I just saw the highlights.
What were you doing?
Working.
Here or at home?
No, I was working from home, and then I was packing. I had to go run an errand.
You don't like sports?
No, I love sports. I do. It's just a lot of times...
real life gets in the way.
Yeah. Sometimes I miss the days where I used to tell people 4:30 means 4:30.
What an excuse. I make my girlfriend watch college football with me every Saturday from 11 a.m. until 1 in the morning, and you can't watch a game? You got to go run your errands?
Yeah.
Get him, Chris!
I had my girl using my car today. I'm using hers, and I said,
Wait,
"Babe,"
why?
I said, I have to go do something that I needed a SUV. And I said, baby, I got 22 miles to empty. Do you want to get gas in the morning? Want me to gas it up? I said, okay.
So that was the errand you had to run,
Yeah, I had to
which
go.
took a total of 5 minutes.
How you know how far I live from the gas station?
Everybody lives within 5 minutes of a gas
Maybe he
station.
goes to Costco. Maybe he's got a Costco membership.
Yeah,
He's going to get
exactly.
gas there.
Yeah.
He doesn't, though. He's cheap.
Yeah,
he doesn't
no.
have memberships.
No, I have access, though. I got people who got memberships.
Well, you didn't go to Costco, so I don't know why you're even trying to use this as an excuse.
I only went 5 minutes up the road. I had to do other stuff after that. I had to pack.
You were gone for 11 minutes. You could have flipped the game on.
I had to pack.
You don't like sports. All right, we will wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of Kyle Brust and Nortman coming up next. But first, got to hear from Ben Brust on the Potawatomi Hotel and Casino's brand new sportsbook.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
Is that when I look at this, I love the fact that we do have Josh Jacobs, but let's be hesitant. We need to make sure that Josh Jacobs' best days aren't behind him and the best days are still in front of him because he has a lot of mileage on him already.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's still the best time of the year because you have sports on all the time. So don't miss out on the 2,000 square foot video wall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sports book. With seating for 200, a restaurant dubbed The Kitchen, which has just the best food possible. Go enjoy a great weekend of betting, and you don't have to like to bet. You just want to watch sports, so you can watch sports, drink, have fun. They also have bingo, table games, slot machines. You know where to go. Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sports book.
On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think
and he very clearly said no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Can we stop with the excuses for why Joe Burrow and the Bengals are 4-6? I get it. The defense is bad. The offense has got to win the day. It's the same situation for the Baltimore Ravens. But Lamar Jackson sitting here today is 7-3, and Joe Burrow sitting here today is 4-6.
It is the absolute same thing for the Baltimore Ravens. They have the number one offense in the NFL. Their defense, 27th.
Yeah. And
27th. Huge disparity there.
And not only that, they have the worst pass defense in the NFL.
They sure do.
32 out of 32. Nobody's pass defense is worse. So that's what Joe Burrow gets to go up against. It's like throwing 7-on-7 out there for him. Mm-hmm. It's pat and go. I mean, that's what it felt like with him and Jamar Chase. So why we continue to make these excuses for Joe Burrow, I do not know. I guess it's because of the empty calorie stats that he puts up in a losing effort.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All you men, listen up. It's future Mrs. Brust here. I want to tell you about my wonderful experience at Robert Hack Diamonds. My fiance Ben and the team at Robert Hack picked out my dream engagement ring for me, and then I personally worked with their team to pick out the perfect wedding band. Experience what I did at Robert Hack Diamonds. Stop in at their Brookfield or Greenfield location. While you're there, mention ESPN and spend at least $2,000 right now on any of their in-stock jewelry and get a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs. It's a deal you can't pass up. If it wasn't for Robert Hack Diamonds and their team of jewelry experts, I wouldn't have trusted my fiance Ben to make the right call. View what they have in stores online at roberthackdiamonds.com and get free diamond stud earrings. All you have to do is mention ESPN at their Brookfield or Greenfield locations when purchasing at least $2,000 of in-stock jewelry. I promise you won't be disappointed.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Wrapping up the ESPN Wisconsin portion, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on your Friday. Alex drove Kyle Wallace hanging out with you from the Gruber Offices, one call that's all studio. Downtown at Milwaukee, Chris Larson helping us out running the show on the ones and twos. Oh, man, what a day. I'm just excited for your vacation. I'm so excited for you to get home and be like, yeah, my baby girl, man, she went through hell.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I hope my family's on their best behavior, but you can only hold it in. And the older, I love my dad, but the older he gets, and I'm already feeling it myself, the less patient you are. Like, my patience is a lot more thin than what it used to be. The things I used to be totally chill about, like one of my friends said, Kyle, you're so chill, you're so calm. I'm like, yeah, man, I ain't gonna let nothing get to me. That is slowly going away. I have less of an appetite or less patience for nonsense. I really do. Nonsense, like I'll snap off on people nowadays, right? Like going to restaurants, like, oh no, that's fine. No, like, what the hell? Where's my service? Like I find myself becoming more impatient. It's unfortunate. I'm becoming my father.
Well, you are getting older, and you have some old tendencies that we've dove into before.
Like what?
Well, you complain about your body aching quite often.
I mean, I'm old.
You're pretty antisocial when it comes to separating work and life.
Yeah, why would I want to hang out with? I see y'all enough. I see y'all more than I see my damn family. Why would I want to see y'all outside of work?
Because that's typically how you indicate that you enjoy spending time with somebody.
I think, honestly, that is the one that I have no new friends since, like, I have frat brothers who are my friends, but outside of my fraternity brothers that I basically was forced to be friends with and I, grew a bond with them, I have no friends from college. I have one friend from college. And I mean, people used to hit me up, like, one friend from college. I don't hang out with anybody from work, like anybody.
Well, as you've learned throughout your life,
best friends around here.
Life is a game of convenience, right? So like in high school, obviously you're in classes with people, and obviously that applies through school throughout, right? In college, you're in the dorms, and you're in clubs. That's how you meet people. And now in adulthood, work, and eventually kids. That's how you meet. That's how you meet people. That's how you make friends. Is through your kids or through work.
I guess like a lot of my friends are people I've been talking to forever. Like the guy calling me right now on my phone who knows I do a radio show from 2 to 5.
Answer.
He's no, because I don't know what he's gonna say. I don't know what he's gonna say. It could be an expletive. It could be a lot of different things.
I didn't say put him on the air. I just said answer it. Just say hello. I'm on the air.
Hey, dog. I'm on the air. What's happening?
Oh no! You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have opened the conversation. And say, "I'll call you back."
Yeah, no, I'll call you back.
This is happening live on the radio. Are you gonna tell him that?
On the radio. He just hung up.
Okay.
Shout out to Rail.
Thanks, Rail. Thanks for the.
He said, "Oh yeah, you working?" All my friends do it. That's why I said. That's why I don't need new people like that.
Do you think your friends don't listen to the show?
No, sometimes.
Does that offend you?
Not anymore. I've been doing this now for so long. Like, especially when I first started on Sunday Karma, I was excited for my friends to listen, and then I realized, when you do, you do. It is what it is.
Yeah. We will talk offense or defense. Which part of the Packers do you have more faith in at the end of the game? Like we saw the Bengals choose their offense more so than their defense yesterday against the Ravens. We'll dive into that. Coming up next, we'll play a little pole position. Gary Ellerson might join us. I'm not really sure. Nope, that's a no. Gary Ellerson won't join us.
What happened to GE?
I don't know. He hates us.
I'll tell him break.
That's what I've gathered. All right. Rutledge and Hamilton? No. Jim, Matt, and Molly is the name of that show. Now that's up next in ESPN Madison, the damn sports show. Coming up next on ESPN Beaver Dam. Kyle and I roll on with you on ESPN Milwaukee. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool.
We do have a little bit of an issue on 94 eastbound, right about at 35th Street. The left lane is closed because of a crash, so that is going to be slowing things down all the way back to 92nd Street. Westbound is slowing down from 25th Street all the way to Hawley Road, back on the brakes from Highway 100 into Waukesha County, all the way to Moreland Road. A little bit of a backup through the Barker Road area as well, as that earlier accident was affecting the ride on the eastbound side too. Southbound on 43, backing up from just before Hampton down to Capitol Drive. And then on the bypass, seeing some delays southbound from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low of 43 at the lake, 36 inland. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, night showers with a high of 56. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle, Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. It's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee, and with holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust AccuTrans Group to handle all of my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or festive celebration, AccuTrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. Holla, we them boys. Holla, holla, holla. We making noise. Holla.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with you on a Friday. Alex Stroop, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you. I love how excited you get.
I love Milwaukee.
Vibes are high.
No, I love my city. Like, I'm so serious. I remember I went to college, and I was only at Whitewater, and I went to football camp, and we were gone for 2 weeks. So this is the longest I've been away from home without family. And I just remember coming from Whitewater, driving on 43 going north. And you know how you can see the Home Bridge and downtown Milwaukee. I almost cried. I was like, oh, I'm back home. I love my city. I love the 414. Forever, I would love the 414. You just had to be there growing up, Strofe.
And I wasn't. I was in the 920.
Yeah, you drive and you see the stadium.
I just view us all as brethren. I've lived in the 920. I've lived in the 715.
Lived in Denmark.
I've lived in the 608. I've lived in the 414.
Sheesh.
I love them all.
Everywhere, guy, huh?
I've hit all the, I think I've hit just about all the area codes.
262.
Well, that's technically here, too. I mean, that's more Waukesha, though, right?
Yeah, it is more. Waukesha, Washington, Ozaki, depends on where you're at.
Gotcha. But yeah, I've hit just about every area code in the state, and I will tell you.
All right, Ludacris.
414.
Got woes. I got woes in different area codes. Yeah, that was a jam back in the day, boy.
The 414 is beautiful. The 715 is beautiful. 608 is beautiful. The 920 is beautiful. It's all beautiful. We're all beautiful. You're beautiful.
Yeah, I would. Many people would say so, especially when I get my dreads redone. I know I'm sexy.
You just got them redone, didn't you?
Yeah, but they get messed up quickly. So I usually have like a 10-day window.
You don't have your best going into vacation? Where are you going? Are you going to tell us?
No, well, I'm going to somewhere hot.
Okay. Will you need to bring your passport to the airport?
I have global entry, so I always bring it.
Okay.
It allows me to skip
the fun part about this is I actually don't know where Kyle's going.
Yeah,
I know he's gone through Wednesday. That's it.
Follow me on the gram.
Are you going to post about it?
On my personal gram page, Instagram page.
You have a personal Instagram?
Yeah.
That's not ESPN Kyle W.
No, yeah.
We don't follow each other.
That's okay.
I didn't know that.
That's
until this
okay.
very moment.
Actually,
Madison Hayes, the social media extraordinaire.
You found it. I mean, it's not. It's nothing exciting. I don't. How many posts do I have on my real page? I got more posts on my ESPN Kyle page than I have on my actual real page. I don't post. I just literally I scroll, watch stories, and just keep it moving. I'm a very inactive person on social media. I do like posting on my story. I do. I'm stunned sometimes when I'm doing something. That's not you.
Where are you?
No, don't worry about it, man. If you want to follow, you can follow me. I mean, it ain't that much to see.
That's not you.
Come on now, Strofe. No. Let's ESPN Kyle W. That's what you need.
Yeah, I already follow that one, though. Anyway, I'm just intrigued about your life. You're so private. It's really strange.
Man, you got to separate work and pleasure.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you do. What they say you can't.
We just talked about life being a game of convenience, and I don't know. I think you and I are friends.
You can't crap where you eat. Ain't that what they say, Strofe?
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that rule.
Nah, that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
As we've learned about me throughout time. Anyway, Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe, hanging out with you on ESPN Milwaukee. Who do you trust more at the end of the game? I saw the Bengals, right? You know, they get down. They're down a point, 35-34 with 38 seconds left. They go for 2. They do not trust their defense to stop the Ravens, as Chris pointed out just a few minutes ago. Would you rather have the offense or the defense on the field at the end of the game? Let's say you have a 4-point lead, defense is on the field, 4-point deficit, offense is on the field. Who do you trust more?
How much time is left?
Minute and a half.
4-point lead, ball on a what?
Let's just go touchback, 25.
25-yard line. Give me my defense. You might be surprised that I say that, but I say give me my defense because I feel like what the Green Bay Packers have proven to me this year is that our defense can make stops, right? We haven't had the games where teams have been able to score late to win a football game. I know that the Jags game, they were able to score late. Jair got hurt on the play, so he really couldn't jump up the way that you wanted him to jump up. I know against the Eagles game, our offense did have the ball last, and they didn't do anything with it. But overall, our defense against the Colts, you were able to get us out that game. Against the Titans, you were able to make sure we won that football game. The Green Bay Packers defense against the Titans, right? The Green Bay Packers defense so far this year has proven something to me, Strofe. They've proven that we are not the same defense that we were under Joe Barry. Mm-hmm. And I know sometimes we have PTSD, so we have PTJS, post-traumatic Joe Barry stress. I don't know.
You missed the B.
So whatever, but you know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, I think we still have that. But this defense overall hasn't been not trustable at the end of football games, right? And so for me overall, if the Green Bay Packers team is up 4 points, that means the team has to drive down the field and score a touchdown, right? But even the Rams, I think, as well. You got to score a touchdown, not kick a field goal. You got to stop them from scoring a touchdown. I believe that Jeff Hafley has some tricks in his bag that he's able to pull out where he's able to send some type of pressure, send a blitz off the edge, do something creative in order to make the quarterback uncomfortable. So I trust in Jeff Hafley and putting these guys in a position to be aggressive and to slow down a team and make a stop if you only have a minute and a half left. So I'm all for the defense.
The Packers defense has faced this scenario twice this year. Once against the Indianapolis Colts up 6. They ended up winning that game 16-10. It ended in a Xavier McKinney interception, his second of the season. The other one you just mentioned, it was the Rams. They were up 5, 24-19, ended up being that final score.
It was tense now. I was tense.
Yeah, it was. That one was nerve-wracking. I don't trust this defense against a team like the Niners, the Lions, any good offenses.
Why
the teams they've held, I mean, the Rams were beat up at that point, and the Colts just aren't very good to begin with offensively. I don't know if I trust them again against a good defense, but given what we know this year about Jordan Love and the Packers offense, how much do I trust that offense to go down and score a touchdown? I think I trust them more than the defense because they stink when it comes to getting pressure on the quarterback. So if we're going to give a Brock Purdy or a Jared Goff or a Sam Darnold type quarterback all the time in the world to make throws to really good options offensively, right? Think about all the skill position players those offenses hold. I don't know if I trust this defense in its current state. Could I change my mind on that? Yeah, but as it stands right now, it's certainly the offense. I trust Jordan Love more than I trust that defensive front.
Which is interesting because Jordan Love hasn't done it, right? Like he's got
a few game-winning drives. He's got one this year, yeah. Which game was that?
Because he blew out Arizona.
Texans was a game-winning drive.
Okay, I didn't recall that.
And then Brandon McManus hit the game-winning field goal.
That's right. And so
Malik Willis also with a game-winning drive the following week against the Jags.
And so overall for me, when I recall and I look at this football team, is that I believe in Jordan Love. I do. I think Jordan Love can lead us downfield. But a lot of this that you believe, Stroff, is not based off the pure performance of the Green Bay Packers this season. It is based off what you have seen in the past. And luckily for us, what we saw in the past is not the reality of what we're looking at now. What we're looking at now is a completely different defense. You have a guy you talked about in Xavier McKinney that can actually put games away. We were talking about we need to find guys who can change games, be difference makers for us on that defensive line. We may not have it on the D-line, but Stroh, let me tell you, X going to give it to him.
Tell me.
He gives it to him a lot of times where he's had, I believe, 7 or 8 turnovers he's had just by himself this season as a Green Bay Packer. And so we have a difference maker that can get you off the field when you need to get off the field with Xavier McKinney, with the Jair Alexander as well. So that's why I have more confidence in this defense. And I believe it doesn't mean that I don't believe in Jordan Love. I just have a little bit more confidence that this defense actually can hold the team this year instead of us bending and breaking and allowing the team to beat us late.
800-990-3776. Your way into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman asking you, who do you trust more? 4-point difference. You're down 4 points, 75 yards to go. You get the offense. Down 4 points, 75 yards to go for the opposing offense, defense on the field. Who do you trust more in that scenario right now for the Green Bay Packers? 800-990-3776. Kyle says defense. I say offense.
Because you got PTSD, man. I understand. I get it.
Can we work through that acronym again?
PTSD?
Yeah.
Post-traumatic. So PTJB.
What was that letter?
PTJB.
J. Okay, got it.
JB. Post-traumatic Joe Barry said PTJBS.
PTJBS.
Post-traumatic Joe Barry syndrome.
That's a real thing for Packers fans.
No, it is.
And me included. Yeah.
It is. Watching that Rams game, you know how nervous I was?
How nervous were you?
I was downstairs in the basement just standing up like, come on now. Like, I was so extremely nervous because I did not know what I was going to get from this defense, right? I know what I saw in the past, and it wasn't just Joe Barry where our defense gave it up in the end. That has been an overall identity of our defense to have Aaron Rodgers drive down the field, and if we allow too much time, then the other team could potentially come back. Like, it's like, all right, we want to give Aaron Rodgers the ball where he's the last one touching it, because if a quarterback gets on the field for us, against us, this defense is going to find a way to lose the football game. We've seen that before too many times. So that's why.
Way too many times.
And again, it wasn't just a Joe Barry thing. It's a Green Bay Packer thing. That's why I think that when we see these bright spots like you talked about against the Rams and bright spots against the Colts, we should really cherish that, because that means something may be changing.
What about the fundamental issues defensively, right? We mentioned the pass rush and how inept it's been here in the 2024 season, right? The Packers are just struggling to get to the quarterback. Now they lose their veteran presence on the edge in Preston Smith, who's traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier in the week. I struggle with the guys that are getting paid so much damn money, right? Think about the Rashawn Garys, the Kenny Clarks of the world, who just feel like they've fallen flat on their face this year in this move to the Jeff Hafley system. That's the fundamental error, right? I don't know if it's the draft picks, and don't get me wrong, most of them are not providing. Lucas Van Ness has been bad this year. Devontae Wyatt was good, and then he got injured. And he's still fighting back from said injury, that ankle injury he suffered against the Minnesota Vikings. He hasn't been the same since, but he had a good start to the year. But he's also not getting paid hand over fist as it stands right now. Kenny Clark is, Rashawn Gary is, Jair Alexander is. And it just feels like outside of a few flashes, especially with Gary and Clark, we just haven't seen anything from those guys through 9 games this season.
You know what? You just made an interesting point that made my mind go, So
I don't know what I did, but I like it.
You talked about guys not playing well in the transition to this defense. You talked about Kenny Clark. You talked about Rashawn Gary. And then also, there was a guy who used to be a Green Bay Packer earlier this year, but he requested a trade. Why did Preston Smith request a trade, Stroh?
Because he didn't fit well in the system.
Now, if he requests a trade, the Packers trade him because he doesn't fit well in the system. If Rashawn Gary plays this year out, and he goes to Goody and says, listen, I don't know if I fit in this system. Do you think there may be a possibility where we're able to move on from Rashawn Gary? Because as a Packer fan, personally, I'd be more ecstatic to move on from the contract, which I don't know if that's possible and feasible. I'm not the guru like Brad is and figuring out all the ins and outs of the contracts. But it's not about what we get for him. We got a 4th, 5th round pick for him, fine. It's about moving on from the contract and being able to find somebody else, right? And be able to maybe have some dead cap, whatever it is, but be able to reinvest that money at some point in somebody that may be a better fit in this defense, who could be more of a game wrecker in this defense. But do you think just potentially Preston Smith might have been the first domino to fall?
I just don't see a legitimate way to get off of
I have no idea, because when he signed that agreement, he was playing in a 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
Like he didn't sign that agreement saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to fire Joe Barry and hire a guy named Jeff Hafley. We're going to transition to a 4-3." So I'm signing this thinking that I'm eventually going to put my hand in the ground. I'm eventually going to be standing up in the middle trying to scheme me to blitz in different places. I don't know if that's what he thought he was going to be doing.
No, you're right.
At that point. So, I mean, again, I don't know the ins and outs of the contract, but do you think he may say, y'all traded Preston, trade me? Like, I love the organization, but I want to find a place where I can be myself.
But the fundamental issue there with Rashawn Gary is he's kind of always played in this defense. This is the defense he played in at Michigan.
Always
hand in the dirt.
Oh, you're talking,
not in the NFL, but
exactly.
But couldn't you make the case?
He grew up playing that. He ain't played that position. He ain't had his hand in the ground like that since he was 20 years old, 21. The man's he's 27.
He's always been an underdeliverer, right? Like we have a Michigan expert on the panel, and Chris Larson. It's not like Rashawn Gary was lighting the world on fire when he was at Michigan, Chris.
No, he wasn't. He was the number one recruit coming out of high school, and I even thought when they started playing him at defensive end too, he was more a defensive tackle type of guy too.
Oh wow.
So there you go. Right? I mean, for a guy that was, as Chris mentioned.
But did he live up to the hype as the number one recruit coming out of high school? He did not.
Nope. I remember.
No, he was viewed as one of the best recruit. He was viewed as the best recruit in the country, and he never lived up to the hype.
They said he lacked the motor, right?
And then they drafted him in the first round, hoping that, understanding and acknowledging that he's more of a project type. And he just hasn't developed into the game wrecker that many thought he could be when he was coming out of high school.
And maybe we should stop complaining about the lack of sacks because, Chris, again, you're the Michigan guy here. I recall when we drafted him, the conversation was about how he didn't have a lot of sacks in college. Is my memory serving me correct?
Yeah, he did not have a lot in college now.
And so maybe, just maybe, we're sitting here complaining and trying to hope for a guy to be somebody that he just did not.
You're trying to fit a square peg into a circle hole.
Yeah, maybe he just is not that type of guy. Maybe he just, he had some sparks. He had some times where he jumped off the page and he played well. Then he tore his ACL. Then he came back and had, 7 sacks? Or 8 sacks to start the year last year? 3 in one
I think
game.
it was 8, yeah.
And so, but maybe he's just not a sack artist like we thought he was. Heck, the only sack I remember him getting this year was when the guy basically fell over.
But both sacks he has 2 sacks in there. He was both of them. He was completely untouched.
Technically, if I was in the NFL and that happened, I would have been able to touch the quarterback, wouldn't have sacked the quarterback. I would have been juked by the quarterback, but I would have had a free run at it.
Kyle Wallace, Alex Strofe with you, Kyle Brust and Nortman here on ESPN Wisconsin, asking you, who do you trust more, offense or defense in a end-of-game situation? 800-990-3776 is your way in. John in Jackson, you're on KBN.
Gentlemen, thanks for taking my call. Strofe, you had said something of where Rashawn Gary had kind of disappeared. Yep. Way back when, and I don't know the year, somebody who's a lot smarter than me will know the exact year. Packers had a guy, Aaron Campman, who's an outright stud, and was getting sack after sack and was awesome. And then we switched to the 4-3, I think very similar to right now. And Aaron Campman kind of disappeared. They ended up getting rid of him just because, like you said, putting your hand in the ground apparently is that much more difficult. Yeah, well, it sounds like Rashawn Gary, as you guys are realizing now, wasn't that great at sacks in the first place. Mm-hmm. So now is experiencing that. If they can't get him back on track, they should do what they did with Aaron Campman, and they should find someone who's good in the 4-3, and they should trade the lot out and get 4-3 guys in if that's the defense that they're going with.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point by you, John. And the year you referred to is 2009, that was, when Aaron Campman, his final year in Green Bay, and Dom Capers, the defensive coordinator's first year in Green Bay, 2009. It worked out all right the next year after Aaron Campman left, and the Packers ultimately ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, the thing about Aaron Campman, really good player, really good. Unfortunately, he went down to Jacksonville and tore that ACL, I believe.
Yeah,
he was a good player.
He was a good player. We had a really good stint in Green Bay, but ultimately ended poorly when Dom Capers took over in 2009 as the defensive coordinator. But for us Packers fans, it worked out just fine.
Yeah, I think we're on to something here, Strofe. I think you kind of stumbled upon something. Rashawn Gary may not just be a fit. It may not be that Rashawn Gary is this or he's that. He may not be a fit.
Is this our bye-week realization? No, it's time to move on from Rashawn Gary? I'm not ready to go that far, but certainly he's been problematic.
We'll see. This is a big second half for him because, again, I'm telling you, again, human nature. I'm not a psychologist, didn't go to school for it. Not a sociologist, didn't go to school for it. Went to school for broadcast journalism. But I follow people's mannerisms and I follow trends and I understand human nature, right?
Yeah, you do.
And when you're around a group of people, right, everybody's kind of, a group think. They're all focused on a same goal. when one person you've been working with since basically you got into the NFL, and Preston Smith, says, "Hey, dog, like I love playing with y'all, but this is not the defense for me. I'm getting older. I want to be able to maximize my career. I'm going to be a free agent soon. Like I want to make sure I put some film out there so I still have a chance to move my career along." And they say, "We get it. We understand. You got to think about you as well." But when he leaves, he gets traded. The Packers obliged his trade request. Then you think as a player, okay, I go through this season, Rashawn Gary, at the end of the year, man, I wasn't great this year. I really didn't feel comfortable in the defense. You talk to your family. You say, man, I don't know. Like, I love Green Bay, but I don't know if I'm a good fit here. Like, they moved on from Preston. Should I think about trying to find somewhere else that fits me better?
Yeah, the issue is the contract.
I understand.
No team's going to take that on.
Yeah, that's the problem. So I understand that is definitely a big barrier, but that might be a conversation that is going through his head.
Kevin in West Dallas on the text line. I trust the offense more than our defense. Our D can't stop a Pee Wee football team, says Kevin.
No, not Kevin
in West
tripping.
Dallas.
Come on now, Kevin.
Only allowed 17 to Detroit last week offensively. Obviously, 24 overall, but 7 of those coming from the Jordan Love pick 6. Good polls, bad polls, all the in-betweens. A little poll position presented by Great Lakes Dragways. Coming up next, it's Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman here on ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad. Awesome. I had nothing before them. I had nothing before them.
Hey, Russell, this is Brad.
Hey, Russ, what up, Russ?
Awesome. And I'm going to read this word for word.
Yeah,
That's
all
who I am.
right, let's give him the floor. I'm going to
Yeah, don't interrupt, dang it.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Sit Means Sit dog training will help make your dog happy, confident, and obedient. If you've been thinking, hey, they're not listening to me, they're not doing what I want, well, let Matt Meitner and their team in the Milwaukee and Waukesha locations help you. Visit them at sitmeansit.com, get that free consultation, but also listen to the Green Bay Game Day post-game show where Homer and Tausch will give you the dog of the game when the clock strikes 0 on the green and gold game. Sit Means Sit, check them out in the Milwaukee and Waukesha pages, and let Matt and their team help you with everything you need regarding having a happy, confident, and obedient pup.
Well, we got some backups right now. We've got an accident eastbound 94 at 35th Street. Left lane is blocked because of this crash. Now, delays are stretching pretty much all the way back to the zoo interchange, so give yourself tons of extra time there. On the westbound side, we've got some delays as well from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Off the freeway system, though, on eastbound Greenfield Avenue, right about at 81st Street, we've got all the lanes blocked on eastbound Greenfield because of a crash, so trying to avoid that area if you can. Back onto the freeway, southbound on 41, slowing from Appleton Avenue down through the Capitol Drive area, almost to Burleigh. Southbound on 894, that's going to be a little slow out of the zoo interchange to Lincoln, and then from Beloit Road down and around the Hale. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Mostly clear, a low of 43 at the lake, 36 inland. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, night showers, a high of 56. Weather is brought to you by the Corners of Brookfield. Head to the Corners for all of your gifting needs and find something for everyone at any of their 30-plus restaurants and retailers. thecornersofbrookfield.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry you guys turnovers. You guys can't put 2 and 3
I got it. I could not get it.
They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnovers.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
Dr. Sam Steiner is with me. So someone suffers a sports injury and walks into OAW. What's next?
In some cases, setting them up with a sports therapist through our facility and seeing if they can get back into what they want to do without surgery. And then in other cases, when we see them back, we follow them along. You're not assessing just their injury, you're assessing the patient. You want to understand their expectations. And based on that, that's where you go down a treatment algorithm to get them back into what they want to do.
Is it tough to take into account the human aspect of things and not just focus on the injury?
I think it's very challenging. And like I said, you have to be invested in the people you take care of to understand where they're coming from and what their expectations are. They just can't be a number and look at, say, an MRI and say, well, you have this, then we're going to do this. I think in every single circumstance, you have to take into account everything that you have and assess the patient, understand where they're coming from and what their expectations are.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brust and Nortman on your Friday. Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace hanging out with you in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Starting to get dark now, man. That's so crazy. Kyle, are you a believer in daylight savings time?
I'm a traditionalist, so yeah. I mean, it's pointless for us to do it now.
Define traditionalist.
I don't like change. I'm really not a big guy with change. I like consistency.
Okay, so are you okay with the change of me going from producing to hosting the last 2 days?
No, I'm fine with that because I met you as a host. Right, so
you met me as a host.
Yeah, you were a host when I first met you, Alex Strofe. And I heard about the Alex Strofe is because you were hosting, and so that's how I met you. And before,
so you don't like me as a producer, then? That's the change you don't like?
No, I didn't say that. I just simply said you're fine. I was fine with the change. I was fine with the change. I'm telling you, I was okay.
But you're not okay with the time change. No, you are okay with the time change.
Yeah, I'm fine with time change. I mean, if we didn't have it, actually, when they were talking about Congress was talking about passing a law, I don't know whatever happened to it, of not having daylight savings time anymore. I was like, oh no, and like when the NBA,
oh no,
honestly,
nobody had that up in there.
When the NBA went from having the NBA draft on TNT to ESPN, oh man, TNT last season. I was like, oh no, change. I don't like that, right? Like when they used to not have Monday
What an
night.
obscure example.
No, NBC. I was so upset when NBC didn't have basketball anymore. Dun 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 dun. Like I was like, what do you mean they don't have it anymore? Like, so I'm not a big change person. I like consistency. I like things to be the same.
Well, I've got bad news. That's not how the world works.
I adjust. I'm adaptable. I'm pretty adaptable, I would say, as a person.
All right, let's dive into pole position.
Everyone's got their opinions, but we just happen to think some are better than others. Let's hit the polls. This is Pole Position. Pole Position on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is presented by Great Lakes Dragway, a 1/4-mile-long drag strip, plus a drift pad. Even drive your own car on the track. Find full event schedule and ticket information at GreatLakesDragway.com.
Chris Larson has scoured Twitter, X, all of our shows across ESPN Wisconsin. Some good polls, some bad polls, some are somewhere in between. He's going to ask us. We're going to answer them. Chris, go ahead.
Let's start off here with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, which you can hear 7 to 9 weekdays across ESPN Milwaukee. Brian Gutekunst said he's not overly concerned with Jordan Love's interceptions this season. Are you? Yes, I am, 60%. No, I'm not, 40%.
The word overly, right? It's all about language, linguistics, writing. What words are you using? Vocabulary. Overly concerned? No. Am I concerned? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. But I'm not overly concerned about his interceptions because I really believe in Jordan Love. I believe in Matt LaFleur. And I believe in them getting this right and fixing this. And so I trust in what they have going on there. Last season, Jordan Love has some issues in the pocket, has some issues with some bad turnovers. This year, he has some issues with some bad decision making, and I think that's something that's easily cleaned up. So I have no big issue. I'm not very concerned about these turnovers.
Yeah, I overly concerned is strong. Am I concerned? A little bit. He needs to clean it up, especially the ones that have been horrible, like that pick 6 last week to Kirby Joseph. But all in all, it hasn't lost them games except last week. That one cost them the game, and that was a horrendous choice. But Jordan Love, who I just assume had his view obstructed, that he didn't see Kirby Joseph. But all in all, no, I am not overly concerned with the turnovers from Jordan Love.
All right, one more here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Would you ever rip the mold off a muffin top and eat it?
Hell no.
Hell no.
31. Yes, 32%. These people are lying. No, 68%.
If I see mold anywhere near food, I'm not touching any of it.
Why would people? Why? It's not.
Who did this? Chewy, probably.
Probably. Like nothing.
Mold spreads faster and over soft foods than more hard foods.
Oh, great to know.
So what's the point? Is the muffin really that damn good? Do you need it that bad? You just can't go buy a new one?
What if it's the last one?
Go buy a new one, okay? Go buy a new one. Everybody on that show can afford to buy more than a new one. They can buy everybody in the damn market hall a muffin. Every single last one of them.
Gabe Neisel.
Gabe Neisel can. You know how much he works? I don't know how much Gabe make, but I know he here all the dang time. Got to be getting paid for it.
Jen Latta.
I see Jen on Saturdays. We all see Jen on Saturdays. Don't talk about Chewy. I know Chewy got money. He got big money.
Joshua DiMaggio.
Good point, Chris.
Josh probably got it. Josh probably got it. I don't know if he can buy for everybody in the market hall, but he can buy for everybody in the office.
You think he could buy that many muffins?
He probably has some generational things he can probably go.
Are you saying that he has inherited wealth?
No, I have no idea. I'm just saying.
Are you saying Josh is a trust fund baby?
No, I don't think
that's what I gathered as well.
I don't think Josh is a trust fund baby. I just knew he grew up in McGuanago.
Yes,
Mucktown.
He usually got a little bit of some money out there.
Okay,
like support.
Well, my girlfriend grew up in McGuanago, and let me tell you, she does not have any money.
Does she know Josh?
Does she know Josh? She knows Josh's mom. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Really?
Oh wow! That's crazy.
What's the connection there?
Because her mom worked as a crossing guard and stuff like that, and then Josh's mom worked for the police department. It was like a dispatcher, I think. So
yeah,
no kidding.
Hey, let me tell you something about police departments.
So if anybody got hit in your girlfriend's mom's crosswalk, she would call Josh's mom.
There you go.
Put two and two together. I hope they there. I'm not happy they know each other.
My girlfriend's mom is retired now. So,
that's good.
Well,
that's
I still don't like the fact that she knew the dispatch. Yeah, another one.
Another one.
We got another one out here.
All right, what's next, Chris?
All right, and people driving too fast. Let's go to Jim, Matt, and Molly, which you can hear 4 to 6 across 100.5 ESPN Madison. If you're in a double date at a restaurant, would you sit on the same side of the table/booth as your significant other or across from them? Same side, 53%.
Ooh,
across,
great
48%.
I really don't know the answer here. I'd have to think about it. So
a booth.
So Kyle, we're sitting at a booth.
It's a booth, Stro.
I'm gonna twist over by you. And
I'm not sitting next to you in a booth, Stro. But I'm putting my arm around my lady. I'm rubbing my lady leg. I'm eating off her plate to the left. I'm not sitting next to you.
But I don't want to look at you.
No,
I want to look at my beautiful girlfriend.
You're having a conversation with everybody anyway.
Yeah, but I can look to my right.
It's a
but I want to look at her.
If we went on a double date,
I think everybody in the Third Street Market Hall thinks I'm nuts right now.
You might
I'm
be.
staring out at them. Now we're waving at people.
If you and I went on a double date, and we had a booth, and I sit down in the booth, and you cut in front of my lovely lady to sit next to me in the booth, we're gonna have issues. That's weird. That's weird, man.
So you'd sit down on the same side, not opposite. I think I would sit. I think I would too.
You sit on even at chairs and tables. You sit on the same side as your
Yeah, but I'd rather look at her because she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
so.
you look left at her. You see her all the time.
But then it looks like I'm being rude to you. If my head is cocked this way?
No, not at all.
Okay, this is a good question. I really don't know the answer.
No,
Chris?
I know. I just told you the answer.
I will sit next to her as well, so I don't want to sit across from her. I'll sit next to her.
Okay, got it. Maybe I'm doing this wrong.
I need her by my side. I don't need her across from me and far away from me.
Sure, that's a good point. That was
just
adorable.
In case something
actually,
go down, you're able to have my girl right there. We can go.
We can go. All right. What's next?
All right, and we wrap up pole position here with one from the Homer Hour, which you can hear next 5 to 6.
Wonderfully produced program.
Weekdays across ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Beaver Dam. Do you like when people ask, how are you doing, as an opening greeting during a conversation?
I actually love this question because it's typically BS.
Yes, people don't care. Yes, 48%. No, 26%. I wish people wouldn't, 27%. Yeah, because when somebody asks how you're doing, they really don't care.
They really don't care. And
it's
Chris,
just a formal greeting.
Now, in our defense, Chris, you and I are both very guilty of this.
100%.
Whenever you walk in, because typically I'm in the room you're sitting in right now until 5 o'clock. You walk in about 4:45.
Yep.
I say, "Hey, Chris," and then you reply typically,
"Hey, how's it going?"
Yep. So you and I are both very guilty of this. Should we stop doing this to one another?
No, I'm going to continue to do it because people like it, apparently.
I don't think I do.
48%.
You don't need to do it to appease me.
All right, so I just walk in silent from now on. I won't say a word.
Strofe.
I feel personally attacked.
Why? Because you always do this?
Because Homer, anytime I see Homer, I say, "Hey, Homer, how you doing?" And one time Homer told me, "Why do you ask what I'm doing? Nobody really cares how somebody's doing. Why would you ask?" I said, "Homer, I care." And so then when I saw the poll, because I actually saw this poll, I did not participate because I was objecting to it. I saw the poll and I said, "Damn it! I told Homer, how you doing today?" And he done turned into a poll. I guarantee you, it happened after I said, "How you doing today?" In a different day.
Actually, the poll was created because of Jason Wilde and Homer's interaction, where Brian Bulaga, when he joins the show with Jason, always asks Jason how he's doing, but Homer never asks. So then Homer has gone on to ask Jason now, and Jason says, "Homer, you really don't care how I'm doing. So stop asking me how I'm doing."
I'm glad I didn't trigger it. Wasn't
that triggered by you? No?
I felt attacked. I did feel attacked. You should always ask people how they're doing. It's the polite thing to do. If I ask you how you're doing, and like today, I asked somebody, I said, "How you doing?" They said, "Man." I said, "Oh, man." I guess exactly. I mean, we didn't have a conversation about it because I'm not a therapist. So, but I kept it moving, but I know exactly what it was.
I'm actually asking this from a serious position. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Do you mean that?
Why do you
a little
ask
stressed
that?
out of his vacation.
Am I stressed?
You seem like you're a little all over the place right now.
Do I?
Yeah. Big time.
How so? That's in my eye.
Now you got something in your eyes. You can't be doing great.
I'm doing. I feel good.
Do you?
He's here, but his head's in vacation mode.
Yeah, I think so, too.
No, my head's
Big
not in
Friday
vacation mode.
energy here from Kyle Wallace.
No, not vacation mode. I love work, man. I'm going to have so many vacation days. I'm going to leave
I know
on the
I'd be in
table.
vacation mode.
I love this, man. I love
All
the
right,
KBN
well,
Nation.
Homer
100%.
is going to walk in here at some point in the next 20 minutes.
You know what I'm going to say? Because I do. And
you should stop whatever you are saying if we're in the middle of a segment, if you're in the middle of a sentence about the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
The minute you see Homer, "Oh, hey, Homer, how you doing?"
I think I did a couple days ago. I always do. And anytime I walk out, I say, "Homer, have a great show."
And then I will ask him as well. We will double down on how are you doing when Homer walks in, and we will see how he reacts because it's Homer, and it will probably be loud.
Yeah. I'm down for it. And then maybe me and Homer can talk this out.
That sounds like a plan when Homer eventually walks into the studio. He's here today, right, Chris? He's not on remote or anything?
Here, yes.
Okay, great.
Oh, goody.
That sounded so insincere. Oh, goody.
Oh, joy. I'm so happy he's here today.
More next. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I love you, KBN Nation. I love you, Kyle. You're my best friend.
I know you need it, so you are my best friend as well.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust here for IKEA, and you know what? They love their customers. And from November 8th through the 11th, you can celebrate IKEA's Fall Customer Appreciation Days with exclusive deals, discounts, and giveaways. IKEA family members save 15% on in-store purchases of $150 or more and enjoy bonus discounts on select products. Plus, be one of the first 200 IKEA family members at IKEA Oak Creek this Saturday to receive a mystery gift card up to 500 smackaroos. Don't miss out on IKEA's Fall Customer Appreciation Days happening this weekend at IKEA Oak Creek.
Eastbound 94 got some backups from Highway F all the way past Brookfield Road, almost to Calhoun. We've got more delays out of the Zoo Interchange through the stadium to 35th Street, where there was an accident that finally got cleared out of the way. In the back up here, we've got at 84th Street, the center lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. So that is definitely going to affect your ride. On the westbound side, slowing from 27th Street all the way to Holly Road. And then more delays west of Barker Road all the way to Highway 164. And still dealing with an issue on Greenfield Avenue, eastbound at 81st Street. All eastbound lanes of Greenfield are closed right now because of a crash. Traffic is brought to you by Walker Media Agency. Power your brand with smart marketing, advertising, and IT solutions. Visit WMA2024.com to elevate your business. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly clear, low of 43 at the lake, 36 inland. Tomorrow, increasing clouds, night showers, a high of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
Process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Confidence and strength begin with how you feel. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, it is not about just looking good. It's about results that last and empower you. With 5 convenient locations in Delafield, Mequon, Brookfield, Middleton, and Sheboygan, their team of world-class plastic surgeons, skilled clinicians, and expert estheticians are here to help you take control. Whether it's advanced skincare, anti-aging treatments, body contouring, or muscle strengthening, Quintessa has everything you need to sharpen your image and boost your confidence. Take the first step towards a stronger, more confident you. Visit myquintessa.com today.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls here for Universal Windows Direct. Right now, for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. Winter is almost here, and it's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows. For every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Where's that higher love I keep thinking of?
Friday, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, Alex Strofe, Kyle Wallace with you until 5 o'clock tonight. James the Postman chimes in on pole position last segment. Says about sitting on the same side or opposite sides of the booth on a double date. James the Postman says, this is actually an amazing question. My wife and I have always sat across from each other so we can gaze into each other's beautiful eyes.
On double dates?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that means you're sitting next to somebody else's wife?
Or the husband. Women on one side, men on the other. Yeah.
I mean, still, that's weird to me. But I can get it. Maybe if you're like super tight.
You actually said earlier in the hour you don't have very many friends.
No, I do
so
not.
You don't go on double dates.
No, I do not. I don't know the last double date I've been on. I have no.
So you actually have no frame of reference to pull from when answering this question that you're so passionate about.
Well, I guess I've gone to eat with multiple people, and I sit next to my girl.
Ah.
So that's all. I'm always sitting next to her. I like to hold her hand. Like to eat off her plate. That's something.
That's the main part.
Something that annoys me. One thing, I love my girl. One thing, she never really eats off my plate like that.
Yeah, because you're.
And I'm offended by it.
No, it's
right because you clean your plate and she doesn't have anything to eat off of it.
No, I said, baby, you want a piece now? Now, when I ask, sometimes I don't want her to say yes, but she rarely says yes. I'm just being polite. Rarely says yes.
Do you guys have different palates? Like, do you do a lot of cooking?
She has more self-control.
Do you cook?
Air fryer, yes.
That doesn't count as cooking. Does she cook?
She can cook.
So you guys don't do a lot of cooking?
No. We don't do a lot of cooking like that. We air fry and like we make chicken wraps and different things like that, or have salad and put the air fried chicken in there and
So you really like air fryer chicken is what I'm gathering.
Man, listen, there's some chicken tenders that I get from a store. And when I say if I had a restaurant in the market hall, I would buy those.
Okay, well, first off, that's not legal.
Oh, it's not?
You can't buy from a store and then sell it. No, you can't do that.
Isn't that what people do all the time?
No, I'm pretty sure you have to buy from like a retailer or somebody that comes and ships it to
somebody
you.
who works here who may be getting investigated then.
Okay, then maybe I'm wrong. I don't know all the legalities, ins and outs of restaurants, but that's my understanding. I don't think you could just walk up to let's just say a Walmart and buy hot dogs. I'm thinking of Rot's Hots, right? I'm thinking of Ashton. I don't think he's pulling up the Walmart and buying.
We're gonna get that man investigated.
It's over.
No,
so
you can still get investigated. You can't just say, "Well, I'm done doing all I'm gonna do."
I said he didn't do that.
You don't know.
I guess I don't. But I don't think he's walking up to Walmart buying Oscar Mayer wieners and then throwing them on the grill and selling them. I don't think that's how that works.
He's going to the big retail store like the Costco's or the Sam's Clubs.
And then he's buying the Oscar Mayers. Okay.
You got to be economical, right? You got to, you're going to sell something. You got to make sure you get it for the best
but I'm pretty sure it's I guess I'll text him. I don't know if that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's not legal.
I think you just got my boy in trouble.
When I have gone to Costco previously, I saw a lady coming out with a whole big thing of cart stuff, and I asked her, I actually struck up a conversation with her, and she was purchasing the stuff for her restaurant.
See, told you. So I hope you ain't getting so hopefully it's legal. Strofe.
Intern sell. I'm sending a text to Ashton.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that
I said, can you buy hot dogs from a store and intern and sell them? I don't know if that's legal.
No,
I might be wrong now.
It probably isn't.
I don't know. Tell me. 800-990-3776. People are much smarter than me. I might just be saying things that are illegal that aren't illegal because I've done that before.
I would say it probably isn't that appealing that this burger that I got, you just got from a place that I can get. You just added your little seasoning on it and cooked it. Like it makes it less exclusive.
Yes.
But other than that, I mean, I see why not. I'm telling you, them chicken tenders that I buy, I'm telling you, Strofe, everybody I had try them, they're like, oh, these are fantastic. Fantastic. And we eat shrimp. Trying to stay healthy.
You don't cook. Do you not know how to cook?
No, I can cook.
If I said, hey, make me a sauce from scratch, would you know how to do it?
I would get some... I would get some
ragu.
Cheese. No.
That's what I thought he was going to say, too.
I've actually done this before. I've made some like Alfredo sauce. My girl makes great Alfredo sauce.
So how do you make the Alfredo sauce?
So I've seen her make it. I've made it one time years ago. You got to get the cheese.
Yep.
You got to get...
so freshly shred some Parmesan, yep.
Yep. You got... Well, that's the cheese and Parmesan. And then on top of that...
Parmesan is cheese.
No, I know. But like certain types, you got to get some butter. And then you also got to get some cream cheese as well.
Okay, well, I would probably do some more like heavy whipping cream or butter, garlic.
Yeah, whipping cream too. You need to
make a little
cream.
roux.
I don't know what roux is. Hey, Homer, how you doing?
Oh, the mic works. Yes, I'm fine.
That's good. Aren't you happy I said hello?
Yes, very happy.
Thank you.
Amazingly happy.
Look at that.
Are you happy he asked how you were?
Yes.
I just made your day.
It's all crap.
I'm glad I made
What's
your
all
day.
crap? What's wrong?
People asking how they are. They don't give a damn how you are, but it's just what people say.
What if we genuinely care how you're doing?
But no, you wouldn't ask it like that. That's just the introduction that people have.
Homer, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes.
If you came in here and said, I'm not having a good day, I would say, oh, Homer, what's wrong? I would if you just say good, then
It's
cool.
not good radio. Nobody cares.
No, it's not for radio. It's
It
for
is.
you. It's
Joe,
for you.
This is not for us.
No, this is for
This
you.
is for the people listening. This is for radio. Not about us. Not at all.
But what if you cracked the mic and said, you know what, guys, I've had a crap day. I think people would enjoy hearing that,
Exactly.
Homer. That's what makes you real.
Did you have a crap day, Homer?
No, but I'm not kidding. My job is not to tell people about all my crap day.
Yes, it is. That is literally your job.
No, it isn't.
Live your
What's
life
your
on
job?
air, Homer.
My job is to entertain and to talk about the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, but if you had a crap day, wouldn't that be entertaining?
Not necessarily, no.
I think it could be.
Could be.
Homer, I learned about your father and how he how he was a professor.
Yes, I see people all the time. Now, one person says, "Hey, how about your dad?" Everybody says, "How about Jordan Love?"
I know you just got a shirt from University of Indiana something.
Yes.
So
nobody cares about that either.
Wherever you went. How do you feel really quickly, Homer? How do you feel about them changing EUPU's name?
Doesn't make any difference. Nobody cares.
Well, it's now just Purdue Fort Wayne, I think, or
no, they
Purdue Indianapolis.
It was Indiana University, Purdue University at Indianapolis.
Yeah, now it's just what?
Which made no sense whatsoever.
And now it's just Purdue Indianapolis, I think. They're in the Horizon League. They play Milwaukee and Green Bay.
What it is. No one knows. No one cares.
It's also
There's Indiana University,
IUPUI,
and
which
there's
is Indiana.
Purdue University,
There's also
and there's Notre Dame.
There's also IUPUI.
He can't hear you, Chris. He doesn't have headphones on. You're not getting in.
IUPUI ranks right about up there with how high your grass is on your lawn today.
Jason on the text line, 800-990-3776.
Real quick, I will say there's IUPUFW as well, Indiana University, Purdue University at Fort Wayne.
Oh, wow.
Indiana's different.
Yeah, they're weird. Jason on the text line, 800-990-3776 says, Homer needs a hug.
No, I don't.
Homer, you want a hug?
Come here,
Come
Homer.
on, I'll give some love.
Come here.
I don't want a hug. Come here. You give people hugs and don't want hugs. This is the world we live in. Right. Next thing you know, on my birthday, people tell me what I'm doing on my birthday. No, I decide what I'm doing.
You needed a hug.
No, I don't.
You seem fired up today.
You need to give someone a hug. I'm fine.
Is someone you?
I think the concept of asking everybody how they are is the stupidest thing that I've been a part of in the society because it didn't used to be that way. They'd say hello. And this, how are you? Nobody cares how you are because if you really told them how you were, it would take way too much time.
Wait, how are you going to tell me what I care about?
Because everybody does it.
No,
There's
I care.
not enough time. They walk by you as they're saying it.
Well,
hold on. Let's continue with Homer. We'll continue to dive into how he is coming up next as we wrap up the week.
Right now.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
want a hug.
on ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle walking around the desk, giving Homer, wrapping him in. Homer is completely resisting setup, but he does have a smile on his face.
Why don't you ask me, Homer? Would you like to give me a hug? You care so little about me, you don't even ask me if I want to do the hug. You've decided that I need to be a part of a hug with you. How is that caring about me?
Look at that smile you got.
Yeah, you got a big smile.
That's
You're
the
cheesing.
crap we live in.
More Homer.
You
more
decide
Kyle Wallace.
what I
More
want.
Alex Strofe. Next,
Because
Kyle,
you
Brust, and
care
Nortman.
about me. Think about that.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
And I said, it just came out. I said, are y'all going to talk the whole show like this? Good for you. For the next 25 minutes, all they said was they started ribbing me. Oh, you going to clap like that the whole time? You going to laugh like that the whole time?
No.
You going to lean back like that the whole time? Why don't y'all go sit over in the open seats?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
It's still the best time of the year because you have sports on all the time. So don't miss out on the 2,000 square foot video wall at Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sports book. With seating for 200, a restaurant dubbed The Kitchen, which has just the best food possible. Go enjoy a great weekend of betting. And you don't have to like to bet. You just want to watch sports. You can watch sports, drink, have fun. They also have bingo, table games, slot machines. You know where to go. Potawatomi Casino Hotel and their brand new sports book.
On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think,
and he very clearly said no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
is your savings. Discount liquor.
Lowe, Dobbs, Watson, Reed, and now Josh Jacobs? Football season is back, baby. Now's the time to set a game plan for your Green Bay and Wisconsin pigskin parties. This is Marie from Discount Liquor. We are your football party beverage headquarters. Whether you need an ice cold keg, a bottle of your favorite wine, a unique craft brew, or hard-to-find liquor, we have everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
Wherever you're tailgating, we'll get you all set up with your favorite beverages. We're open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2. See all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Discount liquor.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter Stash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Come to Kessler's and be greeted by an owner of the store.
We're America's largest employee-owned jewelry company.
Okay, but as a customer, what does that mean to me?
For one thing, it means you get to see every possible diamond choice.
Kessler's has diamonds from diamond mines and created diamonds from plasma chambers.
You can choose from 1,400 loose diamonds.
And every style of engagement ring ever designed.
Okay, I'm convinced.
And no other store can show you a Kessler 81.
With 81 facets instead of just 57, it wins the sparkle contest every time.
I'm convinced.
And no other store has the Kessler Princess Cut.
Or the exclusive Kessler's Emerald Cut or Kessler's Square Radiant Diamond.
I give up.
And when you want to tell her that you love her twice as much today as the day you married her.
Kessler's has big anniversary diamonds that can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Kessler's is unique in all the world.
So what do you say to all that, Sarah?
Welcome to Kessler's.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Tell me. National Hug Steve the Homer True Day on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Alex Stroke, Kyle Wallace wrapping it with you.
Asking Steve True if he wants one.
Now,
That's the way
I will ask Steve True this as we wrap up. Can you hold on?
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you if you want a hug. I'm going to ask you if you are feeling any better or worse after you just spent the last 4.5 minutes yelling at Kyle Wallace about hugging.
No,
How are you?
I would have thought he would get it, and he doesn't get it, and so it was an utter waste of my time. I thought at some point he would realize that you don't decide what other people want. If you really care about them, you ask them what you can do.
No, you got to read people.
Homer,
you got to be able to know.
all that time and all that
Homer,
energy.
when I embraced you, I know you didn't want it, but I guarantee you, I took
He
it
just
from
shook his head. He looked at me and shook his head. Yeah,
even though you didn't want it, and it's still something positive
But
for me.
but
it is. He knows you better than you.
Yeah, no, but
Clearly,
no.
yes, that's it.
After I
He's
gave
a
you the hug,
genius.
you didn't just
I know.
feel. You didn't
That's
feel.
it.
You didn't feel a little bit like, okay, I don't mind that.
Now, I thought that's why this world is nuts. And whoever thought you could help someone without asking them what they would like is by the definition of caring about yourself and not
All
the
right, we
other
got 60 seconds. Two
Yeah.
things for Homer. Homer, I love you.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Now that's crossing
Thanks,
the line.
I guess. I don't.
You don't love me.
No.
He don't know you like that.
No, we don't know each other very well.
When
but,
I say I
but
love
Homer's
people,
an icon.
I love the energy.
Thank you. That's nice of you to say that.
Yeah.
Do you love Kyle?
No.
What about Chris Larson?
No.
Wow. You're hard to love.
Homer, I don't love you either. I just want you to know.
I feel bad for
I
your-
agree with
I
that.
feel bad
don't love
for your
people
wife
around here either.
sometimes.
I care
I
about
love my family. Everybody. There's a love.
What about
is
like
a
your
very
friends?
high
Pip. Do
standard.
you love Pip?
That one's yes.
Do you love Jason Wilde?
Not at the same level as
All right,
Pip.
Marquette and George Mason, 7:30 pregame, 8 o'clock tip. 10 seconds. What do you expect?
I care about you, Homer.
Marquette will win. It's all watching Cam Jones and the rest of the team.
Cam Jones, National Player of the Year, good.
No, he's not National Player of the Year, but he's one of the top players in the country.
Got it. Homer, coming up next with Gary Ellerson, Fat Jack, all still ahead. It's the Homer Hour to wrap up your week before Marquette and George Mason, which you can hear more of Homer on. This has been Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. Peace.
Eastbound 94 got some backups from Highway F all the way past Brookfield Road.